Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Everyday Black Man Podcast, a podcast for authentic black male thoughts. I am Riker, and I'm joined by R. Reed and Armstead. Follow us on Twitter at EVYD Black Men, Instagram at Everyday Black Men, and Facebook at the Everyday Black Men Facebook page. Now let's start the show.
I told your fucking ass. We forgot to name Manny first. She was terrible.
Oh.
I told your fucking ass I'll be back in a brand new Fleetwood Cadillac. Cadillac. License plate say money making niggas for show. Chilling by your boy house, kissing on these hoes. It was that song. I was listening to it because I like that song. I just like the hook. Remember that? Whoa, 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 Kimo Sabe. Big ballin' is my hobby.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
I was just like, damn, I didn't realize how bad he was. Titty watch hoes, hoe stopper, VCR tape popper. I was like, damn, this song. Oh, VCR tape popper?
I mean, VCR tape popper.
Hey, guys, I know what it is. I figured it out what it was. I figured out why our music was better than their music.
Okay, what's the reason?
White people didn't listen to this shit.
So you think white people are the
not
factor?
like they listen to it today. Okay. I think that there was a period to us that, let's say the music audience growing up, let's say the rap audience was like 70% black, right?
Mm-hmm.
You would say that?
I would agree with you.
Now, who was buying it was still 30% of white.
Yes.
They was making y'all platinum records. But I think there's some people that don't understand that you don't necessarily need to make music primarily for black people to survive in hip-hop anymore. Sorry, hip-hop is everywhere now. I think it's the number one. I think it overtook country, right?
It became the number one music genre.
So it's not just our music anymore. Don't let them take it from us, y'all. Don't let them take it from us.
They gonna let them take it.
Let them listen to it.
They gonna let them take it.
They got some good white rappers, though.
They do.
I mean, they do.
I
mean, Bubba Sparks would be the first one. Sorry, Luna the Boxer. We're gonna disagree.
My nigga
on
Young
that.
Gravy.
I mean, Young Gravy does.
Check out Young Gravy at Armstead.
No, I didn't check out Young Gravy.
Man, you'll love you some gravy, man.
You gonna get you some gravy train.
What's that other dude? That white Paul Wall? Like not Paul Wall.
I want to say Paul Wall.
What's that nigga name who made a dedication? Like he reminds me of Paul Wall, but with braids. Dedication.
Oh, you talking about Post Malone?
Yeah, Post Malone. Y'all don't see it? Paul Wall with braids.
Yeah. Now that you say that, yeah.
Paul Wall with braids. I mean, his Hollywood Bleeding album. Actually, we were gonna talk about that later.
Really? It came out?
Yeah. It been out since last weekend. Last Friday.
I'm gonna download it today, man. I love me some. Man, that dude. It's not that he know how. Y'all don't understand.
He knows how to make a song. I get it.
That matters. I don't care if you got all these fancy raps and you can put all these words together. If you ain't talking about shit, I don't give a fuck. Heartbreak and sadness, like Juice WRLD. I love Juice WRLD. I was listening to that Lucid Dreaming on the way here.
I mean, Juice WRLD, I think, knows how to make a good song, and that's important. And I think the issue with current hip hop, why I think it's going to go away, is because people don't really care about making songs. They want to get a hot track. Like, I mean, that's one thing I will respect, like NLE Choppa. Even though I don't really like him as a rapper, I respect the fact that he turned down a deal where they were just like, hey, man, we'll give you $10 million. They just going to push you in a direction of making hits. And it's like what he's done with his Shotta Freestyle 1, Shotta Flow 1, Shotta Flow 2, Shotta Flow 3. Like making songs that are basically follow-ups to a hit, but making it in a way to where they still are unique enough to where people want to listen to them. That takes artistry. I'm not necessarily a big fan of the content, but the nigga has integrity because he turned down a $10 million deal and said, nah, I want to do partnerships with people. I want to own my shit. Like, I want to walk away with this with money.
You watched that video I sent you of Jeezy when we was on Breakfast Club talking about, man, I was fucked up, man. I ain't own shit. He said how they taught him the game and how some of them albums weren't good. He just released albums. And that's very important to own your shit, man. I tell young artists, these deals ain't for everybody. If you already got a buzz, you're like, how can I push you to the next level? Nigga, are you eating? Are you eating? Like, don't take that money because that money comes to streams, man.
Yeah.
And sometimes it depends. Like, are you eating? Are you still doing $10,000 shows? And like, nigga, fuck them. You don't need them.
Stay in the game. Like, that's exactly what you're talking about. Like, stay in the game. Like, don't just be like,
get
hey,
to know people, learn the business. And if you ever get a chance, talk to Master P. Master P, I don't care what y'all say. The game ain't changed that much. Master P understands this game inside and out.
Correct.
Like, even if he offer you a deal, it's probably gonna be shitty. But with the knowledge he offer you,
exactly,
is irreplaceable.
I mean, the knowledge that Master P, just from a conversation, like, pay this nigga for a lunch.
Hey.
Like, pay Master P for a lunch. Like, pay this
he was
nigga
trash too. But I still like that song. But I remember the
He
first
was on
song
the
I
list.
ever heard. There was this song called Swamp Niggas. I used to love
Swamp
that.
niggas. Swamp niggas. Swamp
I love that song. I
Of course
love
you
that
would know.
song.
Of course, he would mention Swamp Niggas, and you know the exact
Hey,
beat.
I remember that shit, boy. Yeah, that was. Hey,
It's Swamp Niggas.
If we wouldn't get
Swamp
sued,
Niggas.
that was that shit, boy. I remember that
That
shit.
beat was so hard, bro.
if I wouldn't get sued for it, I would have started the intro with Swamp Niggas. But you know how YouTube and all these businesses do. They want their money. They want their money.
Yeah, we only caught like 3 seconds of it. It's not our fault. It's the same thing over and over again.
Damn. But anyway, man, let's hit the topics. We had a good little bit there. So first of all, man, it's H&M thing.
It's
like
not, what
do you feel about it?
No, what do you think? Something's wrong with it? I thought it was fine.
I mean, I feel like if her mama was there and her mama let her go out like that, then who am
What's
I to
going on
judge?
with the H&M thing? What happened?
Okay.
Oh, go look at this picture.
Yeah, go look at the picture. I thought we put it in the group. I
I put it in the group.
Yeah, go ahead. Put it in the group. So basically, Armstead, a picture that you'll be shown was put out there for H&M, and a lot of black women took offense to it. A lot of women were in their feelings, and they were saying like, "I can't believe you could have a stylist out there and you could let this girl go out here like that. She looking trash." It's like, first of all, this is a child. Like, y'all got some very intense feelings about a child. Now, Armstead, she not wearing nothing inappropriate. She not out there looking like gummy. She just got, a hairstyle that looks basic.
This is why I don't care about internet outrage.
So people were really, really, really mad about that picture, Armstead. Like, super mad.
Really?
Yeah, they were super mad about that. They thought that was like akin to racism. Now,
Yeah,
do you think that picture is racist? Do you think they, because of that child's race?
I'm gonna say what they don't say.
I don't see. To me, honestly, it looks more realistic.
That was what they were
Exactly.
going for.
That's
what
it looks more realistic.
It looks
like,
realistic.
I feel like if they would have like dolled her up more, like it wouldn't have been
Oh
bad.
no, these black women, you got to put 7-inch eyelashes on her.
No,
I'm
not even saying that. No,
That's
heck
what
no.
I'm saying.
No,
that
no,
would have been
no,
cute to them.
No,
or you get some little light skinned kind of black girl and put up there. That's what y'all want.
No. That right there look more realistic. That looks like more like, okay, this is a actual black person who was like, you know what, I'm gonna put something on that makes me feel.
Let me ask you a question when he get done. Go ahead.
Yeah, like I said, I feel like that is more realistic, versus them actually going farther and beyond to make her look like she don't.
You can find this girl in the hood, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, neighborhood, ladies and gentlemen, not the actual hood. A neighborhood.
Yes, neighborhood. Not you talking about the ghetto.
Correct.
Oh, I forgot. I had to ask you a question.
Yeah, what was you going to ask?
So let's say H&M had a problem with it. What could they say to this little black girl and her parents? What could they say?
Well, what H&M could say, they had a problem with it. They could have been like, hey, let's re-record this. Or they could have said, you know what, we're not going to air it.
They couldn't say none of that shit. Or if they say, hey, could you just do her hair a little bit and fix her edges at least so it can fit in the ponytail?
I mean, her mama was right there.
Yeah, if her mom was fine with it, then why are y'all fine with it? Because
I get what you're going with.
Yeah,
if
correct.
H&M had said, hey, we need to fix your hair, said it fits a little bit better in the ponytail, that could have been
fit your white standard of beauty.
That could have been the allegations.
But you know what though? Me being, like on certain sets and stuff like that, they actually usually have people there who are stylists and will actually, say do you up a particular way to make you.
Now that was one of the complaints that people had was why didn't one of the stylists catch it? But at the same time,
yeah, like
at the
what's wrong
same
with
time,
her
parent was there and she looks like a child.
Yeah, exactly. I'm saying that only in the sense of the fact that you said that, they couldn't really say nothing. You know what I'm saying? But most places they usually have a stylist set up where it's like, okay, we're gonna do this. And the stylist maybe was like, you know what? No, we're gonna make you look as natural as possible. And they did that. You know what I'm saying?
Correct.
That's probably what it is. Because somebody had to put them clothes on. They didn't say, hey, take these clothes and just put on something and just go from there.
Correct.
No, they put this outfit together for her. So with her hair and everything, you know what I'm saying? That's the natural look. That's what they wanted to go for. So to me,
I appreciate it, Armstead. Like that's what I'm saying. Like the thing that people forget is that maybe they didn't have like a person who does a lot of black stylists, but they had somebody there who was stylizing that child, and their parents were there as well. Why y'all turning this molehill to a mountain.
But I do feel Reed with the she need to have on 10-inch eyelashes and fingernails
and some weave, at least
some
12
weave
inches. And I'm like, man, that girl's beautiful.
some tattoos.
Look at her skin. She's fucking gorgeous.
That is a cute little girl.
That little girl is gorgeous, man. She's fine just the way she is.
Yeah,
Exactly.
she is.
Like, I just hate y'all criticism of a child, number one. Number two, like, why do y'all care? Like, if you want to change the standards of beauty, then that's fine. Like, that's the girl. I can see that girl as she grow up looking like one of y'all on a Monday through Friday at work where you have a very lax dress code in these call centers.
Wow, no, I can't believe you just took it straight to call centers. What did they work in a bank?
You know these bitches work in call centers.
Nah, they don't work in call centers.
They pushing
you
European
know
standards
damn
on
well
beauty.
that they not gonna take people yelling at them like that.
Yeah, they will.
No, they won't.
Oh, nigga, you turn to a totally different person when you're in the call center.
I think some of these people, they work at the little fast food joints. Some of the people who are complaining, they work at
Nigga,
they work at the Walmarts,
I'm letting
Targets.
you know, most ghettoest motherfuckers you know in your life, when they go to that call center, they totally different people.
Yes, they are.
I have not yet had that experience, but you know what, Ari? We gonna agree that
State Farm is down here. A lot of these people working at State Farm, they ratchet.
Oh yeah, my ex used to work at State Farm.
Oh, well, damn. I didn't realize that these ratchets knew how to keep it in line.
Yeah.
When you go to work, they probably still be fucking and shit like that. But besides that, they fine.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well,
State Farm be having fights over people up there.
damn.
I said it.
Damn. we gonna drop that where it is. We just gonna drop that where it is.
Yep.
But let's talk about the next thing, man.
She's beautiful, end of it.
Exactly. She's beautiful. End of it. If you got a problem with it, add us and we can talk about it. Probably won't, but you can add us.
Yeah, we're probably done with this.
Yeah, we not about
We're
this.
not gonna put eyelashes and tattoos and everything y'all think is beauty on her.
Yeah, this is a child. But let's talk about the 6ix9ine thing. So
Well,
do you know
I'm
the
telling
story?
you.
Do you know
I'm
the story?
telling you.
Do you know the story?
I'm telling you.
What are you telling me? You full of shit. You full of shit, nigga. But all right.
Look at how do people know he's telling? Huh?
Well, we know he's telling.
The tape is out there.
But let's go.
The tape is out.
Well, not just the tape, the testimony, all that shit. I mean, it's a court case.
Oh, so that you
no.
can actually hear him telling.
Yeah, you can actually hear him.
Ooh.
So the thing about it is, I've been having several arguments with people over this, and a lot of people don't like me right now because of my opinion on it. But I don't think it's snitching. I think it's tattletaling, which is still pretty bad. I mean, it's cowardly. It's something that nobody likes. But at the same time, let's be honest. These drug dealers ain't making your communities any fucking better. So the fact that y'all feel so kind of way about somebody just helping dismantle a fucking criminal organization when y'all niggas always complain, I want to be at the black place. You know, they be on that stuff, man. You know, they got them people out there. It's like, so we're about to get the whatever 9th Street gang taken care of.
He's in federal court, right?
Yeah, he's in federal court. Okay. Yeah. And the other thing is that a lot of people, they become home at 10-year bids. Judges don't give 10-year bids. Snitches get 10-year bid. Not so fast, Riker. Snitching helps with federal time, but it can't guarantee a 10-year sentence. Looking at an article from USA Today, about 1 in every 8 prisoners snitched and got their time reduced. At least 48,895 convicts back in 2012, when paired with having a chance at maybe taking 10 years off a sentence, such as the example USA Today uses, it's completely understandable why so many people are taking the gamble, with a link to the article available in our show notes and on our Instagram page.
And the question I ask you is, after you said that, do you know what the conviction rate for the federal court system is when it comes to like drug cases and money laundering and things like that?
Probably it's either going to be in the 60s or in the 90s.
That shit's 95%.
God damn.
You want to know why it's 95%?
Because there's somebody who tells him. Ari was so close on this one. The federal conviction rate is 92% for 2018. Let's take a closer look at that. Off the bat, 8% of people who are tried do get their case dismissed. However, 90% plead guilty, which I could be wrong, but is likely implying some form of deal being made between the two. Now, 2% do take their cases to trial, but of those 2%, only 17% actually win. To put that into context, there were 79,704 defendants in 2018, and only 320 of those defendants won, which is a 0.004 chance of winning. To make things clear, you have a better chance of winning part of the Powerball lottery. A link to the article is available in our show notes and on our Instagram.
Everybody tells. I'm sorry to tell y'all that. Because remember, if it's me or you, it's always you.
Always gonna be you.
I snitch on y'all niggas if I ain't got to go to jail.
Well, the thing about it is, first and foremost,
and you.
Look, calm down, Snitcheroo.
Hey, nigga, you would too.
Hey,
Well, first and foremost,
I wanted to ask you who did that. That's what your name was. Riker.
it was Ari. It was his idea.
He about to do it.
It was his idea. I got the tapes right here. I've been recording this nigga for years.
matter of fact, you go on his phone, he got all his video cameras up right now.
Exactly.
It was him. I know it. I saw him, Mr. Officer.
Are you willing to testify?
I don't know. Well, I mean, if you don't testify, you're gonna get 2 years. Yeah. What time you need me to swim by the court?
I'll be there early.
Video camera just in case they kill me, because I'm gonna run.
Exactly, because I'm gonna run. Everyone keeps saying, well, he's a snitch. He was never part of the organization. They used that nigga as a piggy bank. They used that nigga to launder money. They were taking money from that nigga's shows, and they beat him up and robbed him and told him not to tell anybody. Correct.
You see all of us responding to he's a snitch. All us black people, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. How many black people actually listen to Tekashi 6ix9ine?
Probably less than 10% of all black people.
Yeah, so I don't think he give a fuck about what y'all think.
Straight up.
Also, remember, he was pretending like he was black. His name is Daniel Hernandez, all right?
I always thought he was Hispanic.
Yeah,
Yes.
I thought he was too.
Well, no, the point that I'm bringing up is people are like, oh, well, he shouldn't have been hanging out. You let a Hispanic man into your black gang, and you're wondering why it went down.
No, he could have been black and he would have still told.
I mean, he could have been black, but I mean, you took somebody who was clout chasing as a young man. He didn't meet any of the people there. The only person he had known there was his manager. That he meets all these people that day. From that day forward, they all hanging out. They doing stuff. They telling. They doing all this other stuff. And eventually it gets to the point where he's offered a deal when they finally catch everybody because of some of the shit that he's been trying to get taken care of and having the gang trying to like basically enforce, because that's what they were doing. And now he's looking at all this time thinking about all the millions of dollars he could be spending if he decides to open his goddamn mouth and, not go to jail.
Mouth.
So he went open his goddamn jail. But he's a snitch. No. To be a snitch, he would have had to be a participant in the crime. Now, he was a participant in 2 of the crimes.
Is that what they consider a snitch? I think they consider somebody to be a snitch who tells, period.
Well, that's the thing about black people is we like to take words and make our own versions of them. But a snitch, historically, has only been someone who did it.
Yeah, who had something to do with it.
Exactly.
I thought a snitch was when you tell on somebody who is close to you.
Black people consider you
black
telling,
people
period.
Black people consider you telling
niggas.
period or telling close. But the real definition of a snitch is someone who tells on something where they had
something
We
to
talked
do
about
with
this
it.
before, didn't we? What's the difference
Yeah.
between a snitch and a?
I think you brought it up.
Yeah, I
actually.
think I brought it up. What's the difference between a snitch
With
and a?
us, some people, black people, they said no difference.
Yeah,
Man,
they
it's
see no
definitely
difference.
different.
I agree, there is a difference.
It's a big
If you
difference.
had nothing to do with it,
Yeah.
Right.
and there's a cash reward, that makes you a tattletale. You're
Yeah,
not
exactly.
a snitch.
Yeah.
For most of this stuff, he's a tattletale. Now he
Witness.
Is, well, he's not even a witness because remember going
Hey man,
into the
tattletale is a
testimony-
witness.
Not always.
Not always. A lot of times they just they
Because I
give it
could
third
not
hand.
witness a crime and I can still tell on it.
Correct.
Like if you show, like there was a bank robbery.
How
from
can
the
you
third.
tell on a crime when
All
you
right,
ain't
so
not seen
I'm
it?
about to give you a situation.
Let me give it. Go ahead.
There was a bank robbery.
Uh-huh.
All right, cool. Then you hang around some dudes and they're just like they're at their house and they got thousands of dollars
Correct.
That you seen,
that you seen.
witness.
No, a
You
witness,
seen it.
You have to witness a crime to be a witness.
Yes. I can't just say, yeah,
You have
man.
to
I'm
be
sure
there.
Your
If I
Honor.
was in the bank and they were there and I saw their face when they robbed it, I would be a witness.
Correct.
So let me ask you this.
Now that I know about it and I'm just around these niggas, they got all this money, and I'm assuming that they robbed the bank.
So you're seeing what they stole.
No, you're seeing money that you think they stole, but you don't have confirmation.
yeah, you don't have any confirmation. It could
To be a
drug
witness,
money.
you have to actually be there or have
Correct.
direct knowledge. Like if I decide to put together a bank heist and I get us all security codes and I give it to everything, and then let's say one of your friends, they hear about, oh, I hear that these niggas is planning on robbing a bank, then yeah, that's tattletaling.
Yeah, that's
this is something that
tattletelling.
this is something that they know. But if he actually sees the card keys and the stuff that we get into fake this stuff firsthand, and he sees our plans,
Right. You
Yeah.
see
He sees that
the
black
evidence.
van that
You
we
see
gonna
the
roll up in.
then now he's a snitch because this nigga now has full evidence. If we rob the place and one of your homeboys come over and he just see that we got Gucci this, Fendi that.
No. Well, I see what you're saying. What I'm saying is this: if your boy tell you that they just robbed the bank,
Why would they
right?
tell you that?
Oh, see, but if they told you that, then now they basically snitched on themselves.
Well, okay, let's just say that. Let's just say your boy walk in your house and he has bags. It's enough money. So obviously he robbed a bank.
No.
You know what I'm saying?
No. He just may be an upstanding black man who
with a
just
lot of money.
likes to keep his money liquid.
Okay.
Yeah.
And let's say he told you he robbed the bank. You didn't witness him doing it, but he just say he did it. You know what I'm saying?
It's still
So
not
he
Is
just
that
snitched on himself.
is that still not like? I mean, he's snitching. He's not snitching on himself really because he's telling you. He's not telling the cops.
Okay, so you're right, but in reality, he's snitching on himself because anything that someone else tells you, you can be compelled to tell in court. That's why the only way that 3 people can keep a secret is if 2 of them niggas is dead.
I know that. But what I'm saying is that's why I said it's like it's more of a witness thing. It doesn't like kind of like say if somebody.
Okay, here's a third party witness.
If you see a recording on somebody, you know, saying fighting somebody, you ain't actually see it happen, but you saw it on video.
Yeah,
you know
but I'm not gonna say that I witnessed it.
You still witnessed it.
But that's not gonna hold him in court. That's not gonna hold him in court.
So you're saying you're a witness to R. Kelly peeing on that young lady?
I didn't see it.
You've never seen R.
I
Kelly?
didn't see
He
it.
never saw it.
Oh, so are you a witness according to his situation?
According to his definition, I'm a witness.
I don't like that definition because you're not really. I don't know if that was him.
Exactly. That could have been anybody else. I wasn't there to see it. I wasn't here. I didn't talk
It
to R.
looked a
Kelly.
lot like him, but I don't know if it's him.
Exactly.
True.
I
Put
don't
it
care
that
if he
way.
wore that R. Kelly name tag and that bag that was his.
I don't care if he was singing while he was pissing. I believe I can fly.
Yeah, it sounded just like him, but I wasn't there to witness it.
I wasn't there to witness it. I'm just going based off a video.
Back to the thing.
It could have been doctored.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
but yeah, I
We're
don't
going
think
back.
he's snitching. We all agree on that, right?
Yeah, I don't think he's snitching at all. But I think that the fact is for black folks, so many of us are like, yeah, man, I just would have done the time. Or, you know, I just do things by myself. It's like, nigga, don't lie to me. Because I know if you get in federal court and they tell you you're going to spend 20 years behind these bars unless you have something that they want to know, you're going to tell.
That's self-preservation.
I thought, wait, the people that he's obviously telling on is people that he's involved with. So
my
he is
original
snitching,
plan?
right?
You remember
No, he's involved with them. But so me, you, and R. are involved in a podcast,
Let me
right?
tell you something.
Right.
Let me tell you what he was doing. Remember my original plan was when we was going to be rapping, right?
Yeah.
We was like, we just going to hang around some dope boys, right?
Right.
And them dope boys, they invested us. They give us our clout chasing or whatever, right?
Uh-huh.
Imagine one of us went to jail, right?
Right.
And they was like, nigga, you got 50 years and you snitch on these niggas. What are you going to do? Somebody got quiet.
He got quiet when he thought of the 50 years. That's
That's
50
what I'm
years
saying.
and no
That's basically what
fucking. You
happened.
don't live in a state that gives conjugal visits, my nigga. You're not in Connecticut, or New York.
Do you think he had any thug tendencies or was a real nigga whatsoever? Quote,
The
unquote?
nigga had rainbow hair. Hell no, he wasn't no goddamn real nigga.
Skittles teeth.
And Skittles teeth.
Sticky with the blicky out. I don't know any of that.
I don't
Get
know
the
what. I don't
sticky
know.
ya, coming with the blicky ya.
It's a bunch of yelling.
It was kind of cool.
No. The thing about it is the
Go on, more to
music
you.
he makes is a good bop, but it's not something that you listen to. Like
Yeah,
you
it's
don't-
like turn your speakers up and listen.
Exactly.
To it now.
You turn your speakers
Because that was
up.
like when X used to make them songs with that same little bass, boom, boom. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, exactly,
Like
exactly.
Try Me, like you know when we used to listen to like that. I love, but them songs are trash though. Might fight, kill niggas on sight. Look, it's like man, I love. Sometimes it's like one of those. What we used to get crunk to, or what
We used to
kids
get crunk.
turn up to. It's like that. It's not necessarily like I'm listening to the lyrics. As we said, like when you go back and listen to them lyrics, you be like, man, this was trash.
Absolutely.
If you're scared to throw it up, get the fuck out the club.
Same kind of jump.
Same thing, different taste.
And
A little faster, but
Yeah, exactly.
Gotcha.
Same type of shit.
I think it's a little bit more of a.
But I get where you're trying to go, Armstead, and I think that
Mosh pitish.
You're right.
Yeah, mosh pit is dirty.
Yeah.
It's a little bit more dirty.
Yeah, a little bit more mosh pitish.
Yeah.
But yeah, this same concept.
Same concept.
Crunk music and mosh music wasn't really that different.
Not really when you get down to the
Talk about
balls
how
of
you
music.
respond to it.
Yeah, you
didn't
respond
have
to it by throwing blows.
Throw them balls, nigga.
I think more of a. Okay,
It's
you've
just-
been to a mosh pit before,
It's
right?
just the black version.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, unless you've been to like a real mosh pit, you probably wouldn't really know the difference. Versus Kings of Crunk, when you put on Kings of Crunk and you in a club, motherfuckers jumped around.
They
you
would
know what I'm saying?
jump, push,
They
fight.
would they would
Exactly.
just. It was mainly just jumping around. I mean, there would be fights, but it was mainly jumping around. Now in a mosh pit, them motherfuckers would just rush into one
don't
another
think
and
you
start
remember the mosh
swinging.
I don't think you
I've been
remember
into
the
a mosh
lyrics
pit.
for those songs.
I do.
Push a nigga left.
Yeah, I
Push a
do.
nigga right.
But you
Punch him in the
but
face.
you gotta understand that even though motherfuckers were pushing one another, there's still a beat, and motherfuckers was pushing each other around. to
I'm a beast from the east.
I get
with
that.
these
You get what I'm
things
saying?
on my
But
Versus
I've
on
been
the
at a mosh pit
on,
where-
on a mosh pit, it's like and motherfuckers are just swinging and just going crazy and shit.
They were
like that.
doing
I've
that in
been
the crunk
sometimes.
era too.
but
Sometimes.
it was at a tempo though.
That's because they can't
Sometimes.
dance.
You see what I'm saying? There's a difference.
Sometimes, yes. I hear the words you're saying, and I agree with them. But sometimes the white boys were doing the same kind of thing. They would mosh to the guitar solo is playing, or to the bass, or whatever. You know, it just depends. I've been to one where they won't
read them lyrics, man. Nuck if you bug.
No, see that was a little bit more sped up.
Toting, pistol holding, nigga on your damn street.
Yeah, that was
crunk.
That was one. I give you that. I'm talking about like the big ones. Like, well, that was a big one.
Go to 3 Cents Mafia. You remember those songs?
Oh boy, Jesus Christ.
Yes. Whew. All of that shit. All of the 3 Cents.
Never mind.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yes.
Ain't no nigga gonna play. I'm just joking. I'm fucking around. I'm being funny.
Nah, bro, you gotta think of that. What was that song? The fight song. Fight. That wasn't them, but just some jump around.
That was the black mosh pit right there. That was the black mosh pit.
And they knew it. We take from each other.
Yeah, we do.
That's why the #1 country song of all time is made by a black man.
Correct. Look it up.
Take my horse to the old town
road.
Gonna ride till I can't no more.
You got them horses in the bag. Not sure what metric you can use for greatest country song of all time, but Old Town Road has broken the Billboard Hot 100 by moving the record to 19 weeks from the previous champs, Mariah/Boyz II Men, and Louis Fonsi and Daddy Yankee featuring Justin Bieber. A link to the article is available in our show notes and on our Instagram. But
you weren't the first person to say that, man. We got what's that nigga name?
Ooh.
Your homeboy, he's riding them horses.
Oh, you talking about Slit.
What was that song they had? That was Rodeo. They had another one like that.
Can't remember it.
That song, they had a song similar to that.
Yeah,
I always thought about it when I heard it or whatever.
But let's close this out by talking about this whole Boondocks update.
Oh yeah, Boondocks gonna be on HBO. They got 2 seasons. I think it's 25 episodes per season.
That's what it was called.
Push that nigga. Push that hoe.
Push that nigga. Push that hoe. Get crunk. That was it.
Okay, tear the club up.
Okay, that was goddamn tear the club up before tear the club up.
But yeah, HBO, I mean, there's not much to say. We're just waiting on it. I just was wondering why I wasn't on Adult Swim. Not much.
What did you do, Adult Swim? What did you do?
Hey, can you answer that question for us, Adult Swim?
Yeah, I'm gonna at you, Adult Swim, just so that you know that we talking to it, just so you know it's real.
I don't know. We don't have a long segment for you. We got questions.
Yeah, we just got questions. If you invite us to the Adult Swim festival, that would be dope.
The last time I watched Adult Swim was when Tyler the Creator had a show on it, I believe.
That show was trash.
That's how long it's been since I watched.
That show was just niggas doing nigga.
I didn't like that show.
Well, it was like a fake Jackass.
It's a fake black Jackass.
I thought Jackass was better.
I mean, Jackass was better because Jackass was first.
The show I used to like on there is called the Eric Andre Show, and technically it's not canceled.
Yeah, Eric Andre Show just indefinitely on hiatus.
Anybody watch Between Two Ferns?
I did watch Between Two Ferns. I didn't really like the comedy.
The movie.
I didn't know there was a movie.
They made Between Two Ferns on Netflix.
Between Two Firms?
Between Two Ferns.
It was basically a really weird interview with President Obama.
Yeah, he did a lot of people.
Yeah.
It's like Eric Andre where he do weird interview stuff. Like let me just take one.
Yeah, you're right. It was just more the President Barack Obama. But the Obama one's the one that blew up. Obama just looking at this nigga like...
With Zach Galifianakis, people are going his show. It's just him between two ferns.
The tree.
It's a bush, ain't it? What?
I'm trying to think of if I seen the trailer for this yet.
It's for fun. It's on Funny or Die.
Is it that dude that played
Zach
in
Galifianakis
played in a Hangover?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
I know what you're talking about.
And he
Yeah.
just asked these weird interview questions. Oh man, what did he do? He had
I know what you're
John
talking about
Legend
now.
on there after he quote unquote slept with his wife. It was hilarious. It was hilarious.
I guess it's a bush.
John Legend is a ECOC. What they call him? EGOT. EGOT. Yeah. Emmy.
Yeah.
What is that?
EGOT.
Someone's got an Emmy, Grammy, Oscar,
Tony.
Oh.
Him, I think.
Whoopi Goldberg.
Whoopi Goldberg. That's it, right? For black people.
I think. And that's the only thing that we care about. Fuck you, Oscars.
Respect.
So yes, we were right that only Whoopi Goldberg and John Legend won in competitive categories. However, if you include non-competitive awards, both James Earl Jones and Quincy Jones both qualify. A link to the article is available in the show notes and on our Instagram.
I don't think that many white people are EGOTs, though.
Yeah, but there's a longer list. Then again, they've also had more opportunities.
Correct.
So, yeah. But Adult Swim, go ahead and invite us. And let's talk about this back-to-school commercial that has been raising a lot of people's blood pressure and trying to put a whole bunch of pressure on people when it comes to the gun control debate. We don't have a black libertarian here, so we'll just have to assume this like sane people and just keep it going. Although shout out to you, Black Libertarian, I'm just fucking with you. But R. Reed, you had like some of the first replies to this as you saw it, and then I watched it and I had some opposite feelings. But what do you feel as
Black
far as
people, this is not for you, and it does not scare me because the statistics just don't weigh out.
On our side.
Oh yeah,
on our side? Yeah.
or your side, really. If you think about it, you have. It's more likely to happen to you at your all-white school, but it's probably still not going to happen.
Dave
to you.
Chappelle said it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Dave Chappelle said it's mostly a white problem here.
Yeah, but the solution isn't gun control. I told you guys, the only gun control I believe in is disarming of the state and the people.
And the people.
Yeah. If they give up, it's so funny that y'all, no one ever asked the question. I was like, okay, y'all want to get rid of guns? Fine. Let's get rid of guns for the government too. No one ever brings that up, but they want to take your guns and you're okay with it, but you don't want to take their guns, and that doesn't make any sense.
Well, people, it's like, aren't y'all the same people who say cops ain't shit? But you think that the cops should be the only ones with the guns?
I'm in a long discussion as of right now on Facebook under, I don't want to say his name.
No, don't say it.
Mr. Pac-Man. I think that's his first name, but he's a YouTuber. I like him. Like 95% of his comments, and I haven't even talked to him. He's like this super liberal guy. I'm gonna just say his goddamn name, David Pac-Man. I like David Pac-Man, but when it comes to gun control, the way y'all handle it is like in such a fucking bubble. Like y'all are such in a bubble, but at the same time, you are the same liberal that tells us black people are dying from cops shooting at us. But when we call the cops, if our house is getting robbed, won't they shoot at us if they got guns and we can't shoot at the people that are robbing our house?
Correct.
Like, then why do you need an AR-15? It shoots 100 bullets a minute. I said, no, it doesn't. You don't know shit about guns, do you?
We've had that discussion with people because most people think that AR-15 shoots 100 bullets a minute, have never actually tried.
I don't think they ever shot a fucking gun.
AR-15.
Yeah, go shoot one. Like, go learn something about it and see if you hate it. Problem is, if you ever shot one, you would probably like it. And it's like, you're just a male. Your masculinity is tied to a gun. I'm like, no, the fuck, it isn't.
Well, no, the difference is that the thing that we don't like to talk about is that bad guys are always going to get guns. All right, sorry. Even in Australia, they still arrest niggas for guns right now, and they have a zero tolerance policy. The reason is that he who has the gun pretty much makes the rule. It just is what it is
of the situation.
So every now and then you get a dumbass who turns
I
around.
Think it's the power of the pen, not the power of the pistol.
I mean, it's always been about guns and bullets. Revolutionary War. That's how America started. And then they took over things from the native people. Why? It wasn't because the settlers outnumbered the natives. It was because the settlers had guns.
Yeah, 3 for
smallpox.
1.
Let me ask you this: if they decide to do that, how long do you think it would take to get rid of them guns?
They won't.
It would take
Let's just be
literally decades,
and probably won't happen.
Realistically, what they would do is they would come to everybody who's got guns and ask them to give it up within a certain time frame. Probably a quarter of those people.
That's what I'm getting at.
That's dangerous.
That's
and then the rest
dangerous.
of those people would be like, "Oh, I got rid of my gun," and then they ask them what happened to it, and then they wouldn't have a good question for it. So then they would start trying to arrest people. But then you got to prove who had the gun. And then that's going to be a whole nother problem. So then, let's say that
your incarceration goes up, but you guys want to do criminal justice reform. Y'all just sent a law-abiding gun owner to jail for just having a gun that he did nothing with. Right. That just sounds like more. That's why I hate liberal solution, because most of them end up with you in jail.
That's why I call you the conservative, but you don't like that mantle.
I'm not a conservative.
Exactly. Just like
I'm not a conservative, though. I'm not a conservative, though.
Not a conservative, though. All my policies conservative, but I'm not a conservative, Not a conservative, though. Although, actually, no, you're for marijuana reform. That's not a conservative.
I'm not conservative, though. I'm not a conservative, though.
But this is such an interesting video just because the way that they did the propaganda, it hits on all the right emotional. I told you that it's propaganda. I'm just saying that you're saying that they can't use propaganda. I'm like, no, everybody uses propaganda.
Oh, they most definitely can. I agree. But yeah. They're lying to you because they're acting like it's gonna happen.
Well, no, they're lying to you in the sense that black people, it's not going to happen at your school. What's gonna happen at your school is probably gonna be, look, there's gonna be some nigga named Leroy. Leroy gonna be that nigga who talk all that shit.
I thought his name would be Leroy, maybe Brian.
Okay, fine. Leroy, you attach his name. Fine, gonna be some nigga named Brian. Brian is that nigga who talk all that shit, and eventually Brian's gonna anger some nigga named Leroy, and Leroy got access to a pistol. And then one of these days, Brian gonna be hanging outside of school. Leroy gonna come up there. Leroy gonna shoot at him, and then that's gonna be.
No, what's gonna happen is Leroy's gonna come up to the school with the gun, and then something's gonna happen. He's gonna get caught with the gun, and then he's probably just gonna get expelled. You know, say versus.
No, he's going to jail. He black.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. He gonna get expelled, and then go to jail or something like that. You know what I'm saying? I don't think he's gonna come and shoot up the school.
And then
no, I didn't say he's gonna shoot at school. I said he's gonna shoot at Brian.
Oh,
because that's how black people are.
You're right.
Black people gonna shoot at. I'm shooting at one specific target. Now, if you happen to be near that target, you happen to be in the way of that target, you happen to be fleeing in the same direction as that target, you might get tagged.
Yeah.
But we don't try to shoot a whole bunch of people. We trying to get one intended target.
Personal.
It's
In
personal.
2016, there were 132,853 schools in the whole United States.
That's a lot of schools.
And that same year, what they count as a mass shooting is when 2 or more people die. They had like
They have to die? I thought it was just when
or
2 or more
shot.
people are shot.
Shot.
Okay.
But that could mean a lot of things.
So our read is right. According to Encyclopedia Britannica, a school shooting in a typical sense is an event in which a student at an educational institution, be it in elementary, middle, high school, or college, or even university, shoots and injures or kills at least one other student or faculty member on the grounds of that institution. Such incidents usually involve multiple deaths. A link to the article is available below on the show notes and on our Instagram.
Because they could be, they fudge the numbers by counting people who go on school grounds, shoot themselves. If they're shooting,
well, that's the other thing is, I feel like that's kind of the problem is that we almost have to include the suicides for people who just are cowards who want to kill people and then kill themselves. But at the same time,
there are people who drive to schools and shoot themselves in the fucking head.
Well, no, what I'm saying is you're right in the sense that we kind of have to see if it was an incident where they intended to shoot a whole bunch of people and then it stayed, or it was someone who went, killed their boyfriend or girlfriend, and then killed themselves. Because that's just a murder-suicide. That's not a mass shooting. But that would still qualify.
They always fudge the numbers to add bullshit like that, though. That's what I'm saying. Like,
well, that's what I'm saying. We need to redo how we calculate these numbers in a standard that we can all agree upon. Because murder-suicides are not mass shootings. Murder-suicides,
but they'll add it to hit
it's
their
tragic.
cause.
But it's still.
But let's say there's probably like another 500 schools open in that span of like 3 or 4 years.
500.
So that's 2016. So how many schools do you think open that time?
Probably 500 is conservative. I mean, we're a huge nation.
Yeah.
There's million of kids.
Let's say about 500 schools open.
Yeah, let's say 500.
In 2019, 283 shootings followed under that. So statistically speaking, your ass is not going to get shot at school. And y'all been having this issue since Columbine, so I don't...
So this is more tricky, as the previous source specified in the article, Columbine was the incident that brought urgency to the issue. However, America's had school shootings going back to the Platonic Rebellion school massacre, which killed a headmaster and many children, leaving only 2 survivors. A link to the article is below, as well as on our Instagram. Well, the thing that we don't like to talk about it is what changed between the 1970s, when kids used to have guns in their fucking trucks, and Columbine. Like, we need to figure out what happened in that time frame, because this wasn't something that used to happen.
They would bring guns to school, period.
Yeah.
They would be in the truck.
Well, you used to have shooting ranges at schools because we used to teach you how to shoot. That's the thing that we liked. Like, we used to have shooting class. We used to have shop class. We used to have all these things where we would teach kids skills so that they could be better. The shooting class, we were mostly shooting rifles now, let's be honest. But the reason we were shooting rifles is so that you could learn how to hunt, so that you could be able to kill.
Can we bring that back?
I mean, I would love for us to bring that back, but most people not going to be okay with that.
You'd have to bring it back in our schools. I don't give a fuck about their schools.
I mean, you'd have
That'd
to
be
get
like
people
the militarization of black people. They would not want that.
Well, yeah, that'd probably be how they try to block it right there.
Like, all them niggas to shoot a rifle.
Our Reed wants to set up a 10-point plan for black folks.
Oh, 10-point plan?
Yeah. And point number 1 is bring back target practice to black schools. So we're gonna learn how to all shoot rifles so that we can hunt.
So basically, there was like 133,000 schools we garnered, right, somewhere in there, right? 133,000 schools across America
In 2016.
in 2016. So and now we're gonna say that's what the number we stuck with for 2019. Out of all those things and these weird numbers they use as a mass shooting, that's 2 or more people being shot. You can technically run in a school area, running away from the police, and the police shoot at them, and they count that still under the mass shooting. Just to let you know. Yes, they would do that because they're liars. And well,
you just got to shoot somebody shoot at a cop, kill a cop, you get killed, and that's mass shooting because it happened on
correct.
School ground.
If we're running, and let's say we was on the track and we saw 2 niggas, we wanted to shoot them, and we shot them 2 niggas and left them there, that's considered a mass shooting at a school. So, but regardless, there was 283 on file or on record for 2019 out of 133,000 schools. That's just not going to happen at your school. And these were predominantly at schools of non-color.
Yeah. Schools that were very much non-integrated. Schools that
they
were...
probably got a token.
Non-melanated. No, they were a token because the token died in the Parkland thing. Well, not a token. A black kid died in the Parkland thing. R.I.P. him and all the other kids because it's tragic. At the same time...
It is tragic, but...
At the same time, if y'all would empower them Uber drivers, that one probably wouldn't have happened.
What did they do to him?
They caught him.
No, I'm talking about why did he shoot up that school? I never knew why. Because
it was some, generic bullshit. So there really isn't a motive for the Parkland shooting. Nicholas Cruz is a deeply disturbing young man. We hope he gets what he deserves, which is the death penalty. A link to the article is below as well as on our Instagram.
I'm curious. I'll look it up later.
Well, I'll edit it in.
His reasons.
Well, because I think there was a manifesto, but I had to double check on that.
Okay. Because I know that one dude, he wanted to kill his mom at the kids one. What was the one with the kids?
Sandy Hook.
He wanted to kill his mom or something like that, right?
Sadly, there isn't a motive for this shooting either, but that hasn't stopped people from speculating and trying to tie this to something from depression to anxiety to OCD to Asperger's syndrome. A link to the article is available below, and RIP to the victims.
I don't like on these because I never hear them talk about why. All I hear is the argument of all they have is thoughts and prayers. Nigga, if you want to do that shit, your laws ain't. People not scared of your goddamn laws.
Well, what people don't realize is that it's going to be way worse over like Japan and people go on serial knife sprees. Because one, you can't penalize people for serial knife sprees the same as guns because it's not the same kind of thing. And two, if you've ever been stabbed before, this shit hurts way worse than bullets.
And the other things they don't talk about is, again, in our neighborhoods, criminals are around and y'all can change all the laws y'all want. Your neighborhoods too. They're going to keep their gun. If they want to go rob you, you're going to have to call 911.
Chicago, New York City.
Chicago and New York City have some of the most stringent gun fucking laws on the books.
But wait, Ari, people bring those guns in from Indiana, but they still have the laws on the books.
The laws, I don't give a fuck where the guns come from because it doesn't matter. You can make whatever laws you want.
Cartels would love it.
Texas won't give a fuck.
Texas will literally
I would
make
say
their
Georgia
own.
don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Texas will tell you, go fuck yourself.
Yeah, go fuck yourself. We'll succeed.
I mean, they thought about that several
That's
times.
a joke. They won't do it.
They probably would.
Like California, you want to do that shit? Go ahead.
Well, the thing about California is California's like, why do we still have all these shootings? Well, because you might have stricter gun laws, but if I'm a criminal, I'm never going to follow your rules.
Yeah, because I'm probably homeless due to all the fucking bullshit you got, high taxes and this other fuck shit you got. But
Damn.
nobody ever talks about the poverty rates in blue states.
Let's go. Let's talk about it.
Then all the
Let's
people that
talk
are
about it.
actually following the rules, they goddamn up for
Yeah,
grabs.
I'm trying to come up. If I'm a
Hell
homeless
yeah.
person in San Francisco and y'all niggas living this good life, what you think they gonna do?
Because you gave your gun away and I still got mine.
They're elites. Like elites, y'all are in a place where this really is to protect them. That's how I feel.
I mean, the thing about the homeless population in California is there's so many people who are working homeless. Like people who live in their cars, a la Tiffany Haddish, although she wasn't the first poster child. She was just the most recent one. But like there's plenty of people who live in their cars, work jobs, go to gyms to shower, and somehow, that's okay in LA. That's
fucked up.
It is.
I know somebody who did that here for a while.
I mean, but here it sticks out a lot more. Like here, even if you go to a Walmart parking lot and you go to sleep there.
What the hell you go? They go to sleep in like gas stations, the pilots and shit like that. It'd be people sleeping at that pilot on Bouldercrest, Cali Road.
Red states, blue states. That's the two things that we have in common is like none of us are trying to change our homeless population. And
I
that
think
goes
Andrew
beyond.
Yang had the best solution because $1,000 a month you can get a hotel or you can get a room.
Yeah, because most places you'd be able to get a room for a week for like $200 something. So
$250.
yeah, $250.
Probably drugs and everything.
Wait,
there,
explain
but-
that?
You can get a room
Andrew
for a
Yang,
week.
UBI, Universal Basic Income.
So you're gonna give you $1,000 a month.
Okay.
So you can use that $1,000 for whatever. You don't have to pay taxes on it. It just comes to you.
All people gonna do is spend it.
I mean, a lot of people are gonna spend it, but some of us are gonna actually do things with it. And anyone who's like, let's say Andrew Yang becomes president, and
There's no way I wouldn't use that money to create opportunity for myself where I don't have to go to a 9-to-5 anymore. That doesn't make any sense.
or work it down to where you can do part-time stuff, and then just kind of like focus on whatever it is that you really want.
Yeah,
Wait,
man.
so they're gonna give you?
He wants to give you.
He wants to give you.
$1,000 a month.
Yeah,
not
shit,
taxed.
I mean, he.
Not taxed. So instead of getting your income tax return,
You get your regular-
$1,000 plus your regular salary, whatever it is that you work in.
Every month you would get $1,000 on top of whatever you make.
Now, once you get past 65, you got to choose between either that,
With us, that's where it'd be strange.
Social Security. But at the same time,
I think it'll go up.
We didn't think we were going to get Social Security. So, I mean, so what's wrong here? Since you pay into Social Security, you get that and you get the $1,000. So you can get both. Why not both? Shout out to Yang Gang. Article is available below where you can read more about his points, as well as on our Instagram.
Yeah.
Then give me $1,000.
I think people over 50, what would be the age? They would do the, they
No,
would know the number.
it's 65. Because at 65, you pretty much want.
He said that?
Yeah, at 65.
Social Security would be more.
Exactly. That's why most people are going to choose
Wait,
Social
so who are
Security.
the people who would get that?
Everybody.
Everybody
So
over
you
age
turn
18. Yeah.
Like you can use that to pay for
Sorry,
college.
everyone 18 plus.
You can use that to pay for college. If you're a college
That's
over-
if he becomes
President.
Who?
Maybe.
Who's the guy?
Andrew Yang.
Andrew Yang.
Andrew
Yang.
Yang.
Yeah, Yang.
If he becomes president, he will give everybody.
Over 18.
Over
unless
18.
You're convicted. You can't get it while you're in jail.
Correct.
Of course.
And it was some more stipulations. I'm sorry, I couldn't give it to crackheads either.
I mean, but as long as a crackhead isn't currently in jail, I mean, look,
No, it
the
don't
free
matter.
market is going to be the free market. Like, if they want to do
Because
crack,
that does help the free market. Does help the crack dealer sells his crack.
exactly. The crack dealer getting his $1,000 as long as he stay out of jail.
It doesn't matter.
Exactly.
Yeah, I like that because we start breaking down who shouldn't get it.
Well, the thing about it is, we should have.
I think that people in jail can't get it.
Yeah.
But I think that if they're in jail and they have children, their children should get it. Like, you know what I mean?
I feel that's a good stipulation. If you're in jail but you have a kid, then your kid should be able to get the
And in
$1,000.
jail-
Kind of like how you get Social Security benefits
Yeah.
if you died, but you
The
had kids
child's
and your kids
mother.
under 18.
And when I say you get it, the question is, what about the people in jail now? They haven't been useful for society, and their kids are over 18.
Well, it depends. Like
gets weird.
non-violent drug offenders, I feel like we need to just go
When
ahead
they
and
let
take
those
them
people-
because he wants to take those people out anyway.
Yeah, and that would
But
be a good boost
for
to start them
violent
out with.
offenders. If they've been in jail, because I mean, it's only going to be from the point going forward. So, if a violent offender has been in jail, but they have kids that are under the age of 18, then their kids should get it. It shouldn't be a
They should still get 1,000 to go to their.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Their kids should get it.
Yeah,
Their kids
the
should
kids will get 1,000 when they turn 18.
Exactly.
Would
Their kids-
taxes and stuff go up if that happened?
No. So the way that we make the money, I'm glad you asked that question, Armstead, is we're taxing tech companies like Amazon, Apple, Google, Uber, all those niggas who basically have, well, Uber doesn't really have a whole bunch of money sitting overseas, but Amazon, Apple, Google all do. They have tons of money sitting in Ireland and other tax havens that just trillions of dollars just sitting overseas in other banks that they tap once every blue moon using these really weird shell companies and other things. It's really crazy if you look at somebody breaking down how tax loopholes work for companies, because it's really interesting
And
how
fucked.
they work all this stuff out. Because they
You said,
sit-
and what?
Fuck.
yeah, it's fucked, because you shouldn't be able to park. Let's say there's only
If you
$1
did,
trillion
you'd go to jail.
overseas. Exactly. Yeah. If you were to do it as yourself, Armstead, you go to jail for tax evasion. If you're a company and you put your profits overseas in another place and say that your headquarters is actually in that place to be taxed, but that place doesn't have tax laws, then that's considered fine.
Ironically, don't be evil.
I've added a video on how tax havens work from TLDR News UK, and I can note that Google removed the "Don't be evil" clause from their code of conduct in May 2018. Coincidence? You be the judge and let me know after reviewing the article below or on our Instagram. Yeah, don't be evil. That was Google's one motto. Don't be evil.
Is?
That was.
Is? They said it is.
They say it is, but it was. I'm sorry. Google, I get the fact that they split into Alphabet, and I love the company. I still would like to work for them one day. No shade. No shade.
No shade. We would
No
like
shade.
our podcast
Exactly.
and like to work for you.
Yeah, exactly. We'd like to work for you.
We'll suck your
No, we're not. We'll play a show at the Google campus. Like we'll have people do their things and tell us about what they want to tell us about.
Black and Tech. We'll have them on
Black
over
and
there,
tech, but I mean, y'all got a black problem, like supposedly. It's
Black
just
tech men.
rumors. Y'all only hire black people who talk like this, and yeah, man, I like to play squash. Yeah, like
Yeah,
those
those
are the-
people are skin color black.
Yeah, those people are skin color
Damn.
black. That's the people. Also, they say that they hire
Is
you,
that
you know,
fucked
if you're
up to
very like that as
Is it
well.
fucked up to
Flamboyant.
say? I don't
Is
think
that really?
Yeah, well, so there's this app called Blind, and Blind is where all the tech people, where we talk about all our shit, and it's anonymous, but nothing's really ever anonymous. So I hope you didn't say anything about your current employer, that one guy from Microsoft, because you was talking mad shit this week. But basically, you talk about that kind of stuff, and people have said for a long time, Armstead, that Google has a very big problem with hiring diversely for black people.
Yes.
because they hire a lot of everything else, but black people, they have a very
So you
big
have
problem.
to be a homosexual black male, or
Well,
a
you have to be
very
either
nerdy-
a very flamboyant black male or a very nerdy guy
to work for Google.
to work for Google, supposedly in like their corporate stuff. Like you can work at like the Google store, you can work like doing like field stuff for Google, or you can work as a salesman for Google. But if you want to be at the headquarters, you gotta fit a certain mold.
That's how I feel about working at the airport.
Yeah, like if you got in order to be a flight attendant, you kind of got to be.
Well, in order to be a flight attendant, you gotta be bubbly. If you want to be Delta,
you know-
because I wouldn't be a flight attendant for anyone else.
I don't think I would get the job. I would be a flight attendant, but I feel like only flight attendants that I've ever seen were
Are-
homosexual men.
And
Was
women.
that fucked up to say?
Or women?
No, the women
I don't
be
know if I'd
straight.
say. I don't know.
No,
if
no, that's what I mean. Like
Yeah.
either women or
I've never seen the "you look straight" dude.
yeah, same here.
I've seen a couple. They were pilots.
That's what I'm saying. Like, is that Delta gonna hate us for that? I love you, Delta, because you actually. I know people who work for you and got very good jobs. But I'm just like, do I have to be a homosexual man to be a flight attendant?
Do you have to be flamboyant?
Yes.
I don't know. Do you have to be homosexual? I hope not. That seems like a good lawsuit.
But
I mean,
I'm asking that to the audience.
Okay.
Because Delta operates more than their home base here in Atlanta, so maybe I'm wrong.
Yeah, I mean, it's possible that, there's some
Or
guy
even other airlines. Like every freaking flight attendant, I was like,
well, first of all, I mean, it's
Not
sexist as
every,
shit,
a lot.
but if you're not a female and you're a flight attendant, I don't take you seriously. I'm sorry.
nigga,
I don't take you seriously.
I would be a flight attendant. That job's awesome.
No, the job's awesome. I'm just
You
saying,
said
like,
you would or you wouldn't?
Yeah, I would.
I'm just saying,
I'd
like,
get the
when
hell
I
off.
think of flight attendant,
I think you would be a better flight attendant than me, though.
more than likely,
I would
yeah.
be a flight attendant. I would.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You know how
But
much they make?
What I'm saying, what I'm saying is that for
traveling.
me, I only see flight attendants as women just because it seems like a more nurturing career. And sexist or not, those are the kind of careers that I.
That's like me saying you shouldn't be in tech if you're a woman, because I see it as a smart thing. And you're a woman, you possibly can't be smart.
I'm not saying that you can't be a nurturing person, because I'm all cool with male nurses, but it's just something about flight attendants to me particularly says, hey.
So you're admitting your own biases against.
Yeah, exactly. I'm admitting my own bias because I know it's a bias. I know it's a personal thing.
Really?
I know it's a
I'd
personal
just
thing.
be like, give me my drink and leave me the fuck alone. You don't really gotta be nurturing.
Dude, but I always fly first class, so they always be like,
You
hey, sir.
always fly first class?
Always.
I mean, I'm not paying that extra money to fly
Hey,
first
man,
class.
I understand that people are like, you
Unless
should.
they
you
offer
should
me a
you should
blowjob in first class, I'm not doing it.
I know that's right.
put the blankets on for you. You get the first to get snacks, to get drinks. They offer you the free alcohol. You got the free Wi-Fi. It's nice, man. Delta, shout out to you, everyday black man. Throw us some free.
We just told them all their flight attendants were gay men or nurturing.
We didn't say there. We said flight attendants.
And we
didn't say
we put a
Delta.
limit.
flight-
Oh, by the way, and the women are fucking hot.
There it is.
Not all of them, but most of them.
Yeah.
I mean,
Flight
that's
attendants.
I know a
true.
couple.
You can't fuck a flight attendant, can you? Like, no, what I'm saying, like, really fuck with them because they're gonna be always gone, right?
Well, it's not even about being always gone, because one of my homeboys, his wife is a flight attendant. But the thing that is the biggest problem for him is just like when she comes home, like she wanted like decompress from having a whole bunch of guys like, oh, I accidentally slapped your ass. Oh, it's like
That should not be happening to her in the year 2019 without her saying something.
you can say something, sir, but when you're a flight attendant for first class, it's a lot of really.
I was
high,
told
rich niggas.
about stuff like that happened.
It still
Remember,
happens to
it was
this
actually
day.
somebody that we had on the show before. You know, she was a flight attendant. She is a flight attendant still.
Correct. So yeah, that stuff is supposedly went away. Didn't go away.
Wow, I'm sad.
Well, part of it is because niggas have money and they just. I'm sorry. Companies want their money. They want their money more than they care about how you feel about things, which is fucked up. But these are also companies.
Especially when they get alcohol in them. Matter of fact,
Exactly,
isn't
yeah,
that what
the
they're doing now? Isn't they giving people who flying Delta, they giving them like a free...
That's what I was saying. That's what I was saying. Like, and when you fly Delta, like a lot of times they give you like
First
free
class.
alcohol.
No, that ain't. You don't even have to be first class anymore. I think it's just...
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
sure? It's like a small little
maybe
thing.
Maybe it's first in business, but they ain't gonna
Is
get
that
it
what
to
it
all.
is?
Yeah, maybe first and business,
What
but
was that? I saw something on that.
because business class is like the niggas in the like the.
You would pay the $3,000 to fly to LA and
Oh no, not LA. So yeah, I'd pay the $3,000. I'm just fucking with you. Yeah, I'd pay that to fly.
You would?
Yeah.
So anytime you fly first class.
Yeah.
Shit, fuck that.
Yeah, I'm sorry, man.
Do you not fly that often? Would you rather
No,
fly?
I don't fly
one-
that often at all.
Okay.
I fly only to specific destinations.
What about to South Carolina?
Nigga, I would
North
drive
Carolina.
to South Carolina.
North Carolina.
North Carolina, yeah, I flew first class there too.
How much was that ticket?
Like $650, but I ain't paid.
Okay.
Once you get accustomed to
$650
certain
for a $200 flight.
exactly. Once you
Take
get
that $275.
once you get to a certain level in tech, there's just certain things I'm used to now, nigga. I'm used to
I
flying
mean, I
first
hear
class.
you, bro, but I ain't listening.
I'm listening to
hear-
him, and I can't wait till I get to that position where
I still wouldn't do it.
No, he's still not
I
gonna
know
do it.
rich people who don't do that shit.
Well, no, the barometer that most people say is if you make $10 million, fly first class if you want. If you make less than that, you shouldn't. But at the same
it
time,
makes no sense.
at the same
If you
time,
got $10 million,
there's
you can
plenty of
rent a jet.
luxuries that niggas take on, like having infinities that they can't fucking afford on
That's
a day-to-day
that's
basis.
a car. You're gonna use that more than once, and depending on how often you fly.
How
it
much?
matters.
How much more does maintaining an Infinity versus like a Honda Civic or a Toyota
Infinities
Corolla?
actually have very low.
Yeah, Infinity. Yeah, that's
Infinities Lexus, they're not really as high.
So I looked at Armstead and R. Reed's claim two ways. First, if you were to buy the car now, and also what it would be like if you were to bought the car way back then and kept it for 5 years. So a Honda Accord will run you between $11,000 and $22,000 depending on mileage, model, and of course who you're buying it from. The Infiniti Q50, which is a comparable sedan, will cost you between $14,500 and $25,000. So buying the car later can save you a substantial amount of money, and hopefully you get a sweet ride for a cheaper price. Now, if you buy the cars new, it's a different ball game. A 2015 Honda Accord LX will set you back $14,805. The insurance, maintenance, repairs, taxes and fees, finance and depreciation and fuel costs make the total price of owning the car an additional $29,776, which, after you include it with the other price for what you actually had to pay for the car, is about $44,572. The 2015 Infiniti Premium Edition, since we were talking about nice cars, will cost you about $21,829 on the Premium Edition, but will cost you another $44,909 over 5 years, which is more than the total cost, both in maintenance and all the other things, as well as the car for the Honda Accord. I use Edmunds as a source for both the total car cost and searching current Georgia prices. I'll leave the links below for the total price. You can just Google, 2015 Infiniti Q50 or Honda Accord LX in your area to see those prices.
Now, if you're talking about like Mercedes and Audi,
yeah,
it's a whole different
Mercedes
thing.
and Audi, look, we're not talking about shit that's gonna literally have you selling your kidneys.
The thing about those cars, though, I feel like cars like that are for people who really don't understand the real deal about a car, because at least if something goes wrong with that car, it's going to tell you. Versus any other car you drive.
Anybody who drives a car does not give a fuck about what's going on with the car to learn what's going on with the car.
No. I'm not saying to learn what's going on with the car.
To know.
Like, what I'm saying is, okay, let's just say...
I hear what you're saying, but I'm going to let you finish.
Yeah, let's just say somebody that has no idea what the hell is about a car. They just want to go buy a car. And let's just say they go buy a 2012 Honda. You know what I'm saying? Honda Accord. Okay. Something like that. Boom. Right? That right there doesn't have any particular things on it that's going to let you know exactly what's wrong with the car. Probably a check engine light to pop on, then you have to go get the OBD2 scan and stuff like that, and then see what's going on from there. Boom. It's a little bit more of a step. Versus a Benz, Mercedes, Audi, something goes wrong with the car, it's going to pop up and say, hey, this is what's wrong with this goddamn car. This.
Yeah. It's made out of plastic. It is cheap. Or sorry, it's very expensive.
Yes, it's very expensive, and you're going to pay for that. It is made out of plastic. You're going to pay for that.
Like, whenever I see somebody in a Benz, I'm like, so you just like paying
Nigga, have you not rode in a Benz?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Nigga, have you not rode in a Benz?
Nigga, I've rode in a Benz, I've rode in a BMW. I get that, of course, you have those hydraulic systems that are making sure that the seat feels the optimum level and all this stuff. But my nigga, you got to choose.
The atmosphere inside that car make
exactly. Like, you got
you are in a whole different stratosphere in those cars. I don't care what you say.
Nigga, I understand. Yeah. Again, I think you got to figure out which your thing is. If you want to be cheap on flights and drive a Benz, less than 9,000 miles a year.
Depends on if I'm famous or not. That really matters.
Well, see, even if I was famous, even when I become famous, I'm not going to drive I'm not going to give you any more reason to think I'm a regular person. They're going to be like, that can't be no Riker. Nigga just came out of a Ford Edge.
Most times them niggas walk around and no one knows who they are until that one person be like, that's motherfucking.
Unlike T.O. when he showed up at a store that I used to work at and fucking Benz over here, flashing, throwing stuff up, mad that nobody recognized him. It's like, nigga, we all trying to live our fucking lives.
Yeah.
Like, we don't give a...
So you would be in your same car if you had $10 million?
If I had $10 million, yeah. I'm not going to give you any
You're not a car person, though, right?
Well, no, I love cars, but I'm going to do like Killer Mike and like get like an old school like Mustang or something and, kind of go from there.
I would never own those cars, but I would have one of those cars.
I feel him on that.
Yeah. See, I could get leasing a Benz. Again, if you don't have to ride very often, like if you don't go into work anymore, then yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
you can have
just had to do this show.
Yeah, exactly. If I only had to do this show, then maybe I could think about it, but I probably still wouldn't. Yeah. Now, 20 years from now, when I'm like 50 something, I'll be like, you know what? Yeah, at that point in time, I done earned this shit.
Get your Corvette, like most old people.
Exactly. Well, no, I'm not. That's your midlife crisis.
I'll get a Viper. I love those. Goddamn, I saw one on the way here.
Those cars, they're nice, but it's just the money, dog. It's just the money.
Not owning it, Riker. I'm renting it.
I get that.
I'm leasing it.
O.R. Reed, you couldn't be more wrong. So there are some rules for leasing. First, you will likely have annual mileage limits, which mean you can only, in that term, let's say, drive 10,000 miles a year, with up to a 30-cent penalty if you drive over that. If this is a daily drive, that could get very costly very quickly. Second, gap insurance is more important than ever. If the car is totaled and you don't have gap insurance, you have to pay the difference between what the insurance company thinks the car is worth, and what the dealer has left on the loan that you leased it from. Finally, in the same vein, if you don't maintain the car, you will be audited before you're allowed to return the car. So everything from wear and tear, the dents, nicks, etc., and you have to pay the dealership rate. You can't take it to anywhere after that. Please, people, you could really be devastated if you just lease a car. Make sure that the math makes sense before you get out there. And of course, you can find more information on how I got all this information on the show notes or on our Instagram page. I get that you're leasing it. Still got to take care of it. You can't.
No, you don't. Not if you're leasing it,
sir. You can't just come in there and wreck that bitch. You can't blow that engine out.
I want an Audi. That's all I'm gonna say.
Can't do it, man.
I guarantee you'll have a TV that's dope though.
Yeah,
I'm sorry. It's the Audi R8.
R8.
That's the one I want. That motherfucker.
Okay.
That motherfucker is beautiful.
Yeah, man. It's just the inner non-nigga in me that's just like, nigga, you can't put that money to that, nigga. You better go buy some property.
Yeah, fuck that.
Now, once I have property though, yeah, you know what?
Fuck a Lamborghini. Fuck.
Well, yeah, fuck Lamborghinis are so everybody's gonna have that.
I'll be in one. Again, I'm leasing it.
No.
I do that rent thing when you can rent it for like 2 or 3 days or whatever that shit's called. You know what I'm talking about? What's that shit called? Euros? So when you can rent luxury cars.
So there are a number of places that you can rent luxury cars in Vegas, but I believe our read here is talking about Turo. That's Turo. They have everything from exotics to classics to even sports cars. You can find their website on our show notes, or you can see the link on our Instagram page, or you can just Google it, Turo. If you're renting, let's say you're renting a different luxury car for a couple days each.
No. I'm going to lease those cars, but I'm renting that car. Like if I took a trip to Vegas, I'll rent that car for the 2 or 3 days.
Yeah, I'm with them on that.
Remember we was in Vegas and they had those cars you can rent for a couple of days or a couple hours? Like I'll do that. Okay. But because I can't take my car there.
Because you're not a Saudi prince. Because if you were a Saudi prince, you'd bring your fucking Bugatti and drive that around the United States.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is like, generally speaking.
And Canada.
Like my Mercedes would be the car I own at home right next to my old school Mustang.
Mm-hmm. Got to keep the old school Mustang.
That's right.
Got to keep the Stang.
I probably had like 2 or 3 of them. I got to get one. And I have my daughter. She'll drive like a Corolla or some bullshit like that. I'll probably put it in the Lexus.
Put her in the Lexus.
Put it in a regular Toyota or a Honda.
No, man, no.
Nigga, if
I want her to have all the safety features. She's a teenager. Teenagers should not be driving, really. That's dangerous.
But sir, if you give somebody a Lexus, the problem is her friends, nigga. She gonna have friends.
Yeah, but you know, Lexus are good cars, man. Like they good. Like
I'm not saying they're not good cars. I'm just saying if you give your son a Mustang, use a dumbass. If you give your daughter a Lexus,
that's not necessarily true.
I'm putting you in the same category. But you know what? This is your decision.
Your kids, nigga.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. If you raise your kids to not be dumb and stupid, you know, even though they do dumb and stupid stuff.
All kids are dumb and stupid.
I want my kids to be frugal because they gonna be dumb and stupid. That's something they just gotta grow through.
You can't raise no cheap kid. They just gonna be cheap. You either are or you aren't.
Yeah.
Nah, man. If Bill Gates ain't gotta do it, dog, then I ain't.
You can't. That's what I'm saying. People who are frugal, their parents may steer them that way, but people who are cheap are just cheap because they're cheap.
Look at Warren Buffett, man. Even his kids, when he let them cash out their inheritance. It's like, oh, okay, cool. I'm just gonna be, frugal. But that's because they watch their parents be frugal as well. Frugal? Oh, Warren Buffett, yeah, because Warren Buffett thinks of life like a Monopoly game. That's why he's so good.
Nigga, life in America is Monopoly.
It is.
But what I'm saying is,
it really is.
If that man can live in the same first house he bought in 40 something. So Warren Buffett bought his house in 1958 for $31,500, which is about $250,000 in today's money. However, it's worth $652,619. He calls it his third best investment he's ever made, and damn it, I agree with him. You can easily Google this, so I'm not going to add a note.
Yeah, but I'm not Warren Buffett.
Exactly. That's the difference. I'm saying if the wealthiest man in the world.
That's the difference between you and me. Warren Buffett's gonna die with all his money. R.Re's gonna die with none of his money. I'm not leaving nobody a goddamn thing.
I'm leaving.
I hear you. You care about the generation after generation.
I'm leaving legacies.
No, I'm talking about you gonna leave them money.
I'm leaving them money, property,
They can have property, but no money.
I'm leaving them money, property, hoes.
And it just depends on a couple of things, of course. Because, let's say everything works out. Everybody gets to, millionaire status. Right? It's possible. We got a long time. Let people know the average age of a millionaire, please.
I will double check that for you. But continue.
All right. So we're halfway there, right? Halfway there, right? So 56, and we die at
62.
Shit.
Yep, 62 years old.
Okay, we're halfway there. We just got to get $1 million, ladies and gentlemen. Starting at zero over here. What you starting at? Okay, whatever. You know. Let's
I'm not starting at anything close to that.
No one.
I'm close to 500,000 status because of this.
That doesn't count.
It does.
We're talking about liquid.
Oh, you're talking about liquid. We're talking about liquid. I'm like a tenth of the way there.
Okay, so whatever. Life is a game of doubles. So we get there. Let's say by 52, we're all millionaires.
That's actually how I got to that point.
Yeah.
Life is a game of doubles. Invest in the stock market. Continue.
So we get there, right? 52. Let's say we were all millionaires by 62, right? It's a long goddamn time. So we'll be our parents' age and all our parents will be dead, maybe, right? That's sad.
Well, there's another thing I'm looking at here that says 50.
Let's say between
I'm going by
62.
Investopedia, but what
I'm going to go with Investopedia. I learned a lot from that website. Anyway, so...
this is updated June 25th, 2019.
And they consider $1 million to be the property and all that type of shit. Just to let you know. And let's say you die let's say we're going to die conservatively at 85.
Yeah.
Between 62 and 85, I'm going to spend every goddamn dollar of that money, sell all them goddamn properties, and live on the beach and die somewhere on the beach looking at women way too young for me. And it was just like, why? Because if everything was right, you would hope, let's say you would hope, that you put your kids in the best position to be successful. And if they fail, that's on them. I don't really give a fuck.
See, I've got the opposite point of view. What I want to do is I want to pass down property, money, and assorted other things to my children.
Do that.
And
property.
But the thing about it is you have to go with each kid. One of my kids, he's not going to do the things. He's going to think that... I
believe you will have a thug son.
I don't know if I'll have a thug son. Unless, one of my kids ends up being like a...
You going to turn off the hip-hop?
Huh?
You gonna turn off the hip hop?
No. I don't think you should censor kids from a lot of things. Like that's one thing that I differ from.
Only thing I think you should censor kids from is sex.
Exactly. I think everything else you shouldn't really censor them from. But the main thing is I want to pass down each child something. Like I know one kid is going to be like that business savvy, probably going to be a daughter, and that's the one that you have to pass the business on to. Your pride is going to make you want to give it to your son, but just like how Toyota found out,
you said give it to your son.
Your pride's going to make you want to do that.
He did that, right?
Toyota handed it to the person that he handpicked, who he had marry his daughter. Like that's how some people do it, but I think you need to hand it to your child that's best equipped. This practice is called mukoyoshi, which literally means adopted son-in-law. For an adult man who has been adopted into a Japanese family as a daughter's husband who takes the family surname. Everyone from Toyota, Suzuki have engaged in this process and, passed the business down to someone who had the right name. You can find more information below or on our Instagram page. Now, if you have no children at best equipped, then yeah, you're right. Sell all that shit because it's whatever.
I guess that's the better way to look at it.
Or just put all that money in a trust. That way they can slowly over time get access to it. And
my kids are older than your kids. We'll always be older than your kids. So I guess life will be different.
It will. Well, it'll be totally different, but it'll be similar in the sense that I get to learn from all the things that you do. And you get to see, at least for me, when you have the other two kids that you're definitely going to have.
Who knows?
You might have 3. But
if possible, I think I would have as many as possible. You made me want to do that.
I think it's about a legacy thing. And I think with the first one, you get to make all the mistakes. That way you can get them better for the second and third, fourth, whatever.
It's usually the last one people put all that good effort into.
Nah, see, I'm going to do the exact opposite of that because I feel like that never goes the way that parents plan.
I have no idea what's going to... Like, I don't think you consider these type of things when you're raising a child. I just went to a soccer game yesterday. I'm just like, you playing soccer? What is it? Like in the back of my mind, I'm just like, what could you do with this?
I mean, other than go to college,
that's what I always tell.
It's highly
somebody
unlikely.
Say me I was a dick when I say that's like girls. You can use sports to go to college, but besides that, it's a waste of your time. It's like that's fucked up.
I mean,
professional female sports will never be a thing.
Well, it's not that. Professional sports, until women make it a thing, is not going to be a thing.
And they won't make it a thing.
That's the probable reality, is that they won't make it a thing.
Yeah, they'll be like, y'all don't support it. You don't fucking support it.
Well, no, it's not about us supporting it.
No,
this is yours.
Yeah, this is yours.
Men support men's sports.
And women support men's sports.
Exactly. So if you want women's sports to do better, y'all got to collectively come together.
They had WNBA, I think it was on that Lifetime or Oxygen, and I think it lasted for like 14 games or some kind of bullshit like that because they didn't watch it. But they always talk about the WNBA players are underpaid. It's about attention. Like, pay attention to it. Men can think it suck all day. I'm pretty sure you watch football, basketball, and baseball.
Yeah, every man has a sport that they think sucks. But, I mean, a lot of times we just drink beers at baseball games.
Even football. Like, I can't do it anymore. I can't watch a full game. Unless I literally have nothing to do.
Well, it's one thing like if you're watching with your boys and you're getting drunk. If you're not watching with your boys and getting drunk, what?
My
why
dad
am I
told
watching
me something a couple years ago. Like I watch it when I'm like hanging with guys. Okay, cool. My dad told me, said you don't ever sit around and watch millionaires play children's game.
That is going into the quote books.
Yeah, don't ever sit around and watch millionaires. Like y'all got a group of men. Like at the same time, it could be on in the background, but y'all should always be plotting. Like don't ever sit around and watch millionaires play children's games because they'll keep doing it and the cycle will continue. Like it just doesn't make any sense. Because I remember people took off of work and I remember when I had gotten into football, it was probably like a good year or two. And I was like, I don't want to work on Sundays. And that's when he told me that. He was just like, whatever. And I've never, ever since then, like, don't get me wrong. I like watching the Super Bowl if I can.
But that's a special event.
Correct. And the NBA Finals and like certain teams I like. I like basketball. I do.
But see, with basketball, it's a lot more digestible and it's a lot more play it in the background while you're doing something else.
Yeah, because I can play video games while watching sports. I can have a sound off. I can do a lot of stuff. You could do research on the internet, but
well, yeah, because for a while you did do that. You'd be playing R.I.P. Paragon, and in the background you'd have some sports commentary, and it's like that's not sports commentary. That's a real game.
I miss Paragon.
It's behind. Yeah, man, it's sad. It's sad. But you're right. Don't watch millionaires play children's games.
Because that's what they do.
Technically, you shouldn't watch millionaires play any games. Because I watched a nigga play. I watched a nigga watch somebody playing poker, and I'm just like, you're never going to be this nigga. Like this, you can't watch somebody play poker.
Poker is the only thing I think you could be that nigga.
Well,
Problem is, you gotta have money to be that nigga.
With poker, sorry, I differ in that in the sense that with poker, you have to have the will for poker. Like you have to be willing to lose that money.
Correct.
Most niggas is not willing. They'll get to the casino, they'll talk all that shit, but when they gotta actually put down that $100 bid, they like. Them penny stocks sound
in Vegas,
better.
nigga, I think that's all I spent was. I think I spent 60.
Exactly.
I just wanted to gamble because you don't go to Vegas and don't gamble. It just doesn't make any sense to me. Like you don't have to, but for me, it's like that's what it was part of the experience for me. But I didn't want to. Poker table start off at $25. I'm just like. And I love poker, but poker only that's one thing that I always wanted us to do is to get around and play poker. Poker, you cannot play poker unless money is on the line.
Yeah, even if it's $5.
Yeah, you cannot. It just doesn't make any sense. Like you can't. Like when I say you could be that guy, and you can, but you said it. You gotta take them risks.
Yeah, you gotta be willing to lose.
Andrew Yang give us that $1,000 a month. I'll take that risk. Once.
Man said he about to become poker
I
champion.
feel like something's gonna come with that. You know what I'm saying? Like,
well, no, it's something's gonna come with it. But part of it is
do you understand how much these companies make off you?
Yeah, is that
yeah, but still, like,
nigga, Facebook is making
$1,000
really as we talk. Like every second that we're doing it, Facebook is making $1,000.
What I'm saying is.
It goes without saying that Facebook users are valuable. US ones, for example, are worth about $84.41. However, I'm in the wrong here stating that Facebook has made $1,000 a second off any one user. In quarter 2, 2019, Facebook made about $16.89 billion. If you were to divide that up, that means that Facebook made about $185 million each day over that 91 period, which is about $7.7 million per hour, or roughly $128,891 each minute, which is, of course, $2,148 each second. Mind blown. Link to how Facebook makes money and the earnings call information in the show notes below, or our Instagram page.
They sell our data that they use, and we agree for them to use through those user
agreement bullshits, as he said, and they sell our data. So right now, let's say Facebook's been relevant for 10 years at least. I guarantee at minimum they made like $4,000 or $5,000 off us each. Correct.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's off each person. Because remember, we do
just Facebook.
When we advertise to people, we're paying for Facebook to say, hey, out of this random selection of people, we think these people will be good for your ad. Here you go.
Amazon, all of them are making money off you, and then you buy stuff from them.
You remember when you buy something off Amazon? Amazon sells that data. Somebody knows all the times that you bought something. And also all the times you go to a site.
Every time you turn on your PlayStation and you're looking in the store.
Every time a nigga go to Pornhub, they are categorizing what type of porn this IP address has. And they connect that IP address to who lives in that particular area.
I was wondering why that gay porn came up.
As funny as that was. But yeah, we just got to be a bit smarter. But moving forward, because that was off base, but also on base.
But yeah, go to Andrew Yang's website. He'll tell you everything.
Exactly.
He's the only candidate that explains his bullshit. Even if you don't like it, it's literally explained.
Correct.
Unlike everybody else who just like, that's my criticism of Bernie this time. I feel like he makes a lot of promises, but not enough to it that you really can't explain it. Like,
Correct.
Pow.
You know, I'm bring
It
extra
almost
snacks.
sounds as that other thing that we should have mentioned, like their whole podcast, like just kind of just odd.
Kind of odd or
Yeah.
very odd?
I mean, it's like it's made with real ingredients.
Are you saying that they weren't made with real ingredients?
Not the good ones, like truth and honesty and real opinions.
Justice in America. But let's go on to talk about AD. Now on the Jags.
AB.
It's only been a week, and this nigga's already
AB.
switched teams.
AB.
I don't know why I keep calling this nigga AD.
Because AD plays for the Lakers. Anthony Davis. I don't think he's on the Jags yet. Did it happen?
Yeah, because he just landed.
He literally, I know he didn't.
Yeah, he did.
Unless you saw something I ain't see.
Antonio.
He said he was done. Yeah.
Maybe it changed.
Yeah.
Maybe it changed because that was the
Jags
last.
not interested in trading Ramsey. No, I don't see anything. He
That's what happened today. Today he announced he wouldn't play, so he landed down there, and I guess he said,
he's gonna come
"Fuck
back.
this shit."
Yeah, the thing I don't like about the AB thing is I tell you all you liberal agendas, like liberal sports media and whole, never trust the story they tell you and there's something else going on. This dude start acting a fool and next thing you know, rape allegations come up. Something just seems right and right for that. Rape allegations. This is the thing about America, ladies and gentlemen. You don't actually need to rape anybody. Once you've been accused, you're guilty.
Very much so.
Yeah.
Also, did you hear the text messages that were so-called threatening?
No, I did not.
I actually had someone read them out to me, and she and myself, we both listened to the words that she was saying, and we both agreed that these were dumb nigga conversations that people do in a group chat.
Oh.
But they weren't actual threats that legally or should be prosecuted against someone. But it's not going to matter now because the owners have got what they wanted, which is this man announcing he won't be playing in the NFL.
He filed a motion with the NFLPA to get some of his money because he hasn't done anything. That's the thing I don't tell. Like the people, I ask people, what did he do? Well, he was out there acting a fool in Pittsburgh, and they traded. He wanted to be traded because he had no guaranteed money left on his contract.
Correct.
And he was a top 5 receiver in the league at minimum. So So what else would you do? So they trade him to the Raiders. Cool. Raiders. They said he didn't practice. He didn't come to practice. And the same dude who, quote unquote, he disrespected. He did call him a cracker, which is kind of fucked up. But white people,
No,
cracker.
that's not fucked up, okay? He's a player in a league. It'd be different if he was an owner who said, fuck them niggers, because, I mean, what do you do against an owner who says that? He's a player who wields virtually no power in that league. Now, if this were NBA, got a little bit of difference. But NFL, he has virtually no power. So calling somebody a cracker is the same thing as when
this
black
dude was
people...
talking shit about him in the media too.
Correct.
So it just all boiled over. But he's a player. He needs to be in line. Whatever. Fuck y'all. And they said he wasn't coming to practices. Apparently he burnt his feet in the cryogen and he wasn't in practice. But they like, I guess he's like, what's the point of showing up if I can't run? Whatever. But that was his money to waste. They just fined him. What they did was they fined him to the tune of pretty much all his guaranteed money. And then it's like, you can play, but you don't get your guaranteed money. So fuck that. I ain't on that team either. He goes to the Patriots. Next thing you know, I think it was the day after he get accused of, this girl takes him to civil court. I think we talked about the story, right? How he met up with her 3 times. He claimed he raped her.
Talked about that last week.
We should believe is suspect. I know that anytime that anybody gets a rape charge against them, in America, apparently you're guilty. Well, whatever. No one ever says that. Then this other girl was the one with some issue with a painting. Did we talk about that too?
Well, no, we didn't talk about it because that's the threatening.
A
that's part of the
painting?
threatening text messages.
She did a painting for him, and she said he was creepy. She slick bad too. Whatever, he was being creepy, and I guess he was trying to smash. But nigga, nothing about that nigga says he wants fine art. You was trying to get paid, and the nigga was being a jerk.
Correct.
And it is what it is. He's a rich man or a wealthy man, and wealthy man, y'all can come after him all you want. Me 2, me 3. But they make a new one every day, and he's just as creepy as the last one. And they need to change, but more than likely, no one ever changes when you got money. They just changes the amount of money they have.
So let me read to you these text messages. So this is a group chat. Antonio Brown. Really sad you would make up bullshit story to the world. Thought you had more integrity and respect for yourself. Must be really hard times for you to make up some stuff for money. Super sad. This girl who unfinished my painting in my room from redacted. Super broke girl with a lot of kids. Such a shame. Sound like Donald Trump. This is her in text Eric B. Let's look up her background history, see how broke this girl is from. Redacted. Basically cried for opportunities I let paint my room. Couldn't finish. I flew out now to hear this. So sad. Redacted person's name. Yes, sir. We will do that. You send me her info, bro. Redacted picture of, we're assuming, her kids. Those kids and her IG, Eric, she's awfully broke. This is AB again talking. Redacted person. According to a post, she was going for a Meek Mill rally. I can reach out to his team tomorrow and see if anyone knows her. She sounds like a celebrity groupie. Redacted image, redacted things, kind of looks like a painting. Again, nowhere in that does it sound like anyone was threatening. It sounded like someone who we're going to assume maybe is a lawyer, because we don't know, because the person's
he had a lawyer on the thread with him.
Well, we're assuming that, because again, we don't know the person's name. But we're assuming they said, yeah, man, send me this person's info, and I'll look into it to see how this person is. They were doing this thing. Anything that you have on your Instagram, anything that you have out publicly, anything that you said can and will be used against you. I don't think people do that
next step, and that's the problem. I want y'all to go look at this stuff they say he did, and then have a educated opinion or slightly informed opinion, not one that's just the bias of the media. The whole media jumped on this nigga saying he's a bad person, this and that, blah, blah, blah,
darkened
blah,
his photos.
The media
we need to keep
that.
The media darkened his photos when they were going through the whole first round of this bullshit. They darkened photos of him to make him look.
If you ever see yourself in a room full of white people and y'all start agreeing on shit about black players, then understand why Cap is out of the league, because those same white people are saying this dude is trash,
even though he's pretty much the best.
If anything, Dave Chappelle said it. Support that nigga with your silence. If you cannot, say anything positive after you look at these comments, support him with your silence.
Well, even then, his comments in this one aren't. He's not going off on anyone. He's basically someone who's mad in a group chat.
He shouldn't have put it out.
Well, no. So the problem is, he put this out so that we don't know who exactly put this out. But what we do know is that somebody from this group chat, whoever is in this group chat, we're assuming.
Why do you do it in a group chat?
Again, this is a group chat that supposedly was written about the. We don't know how this person who did this expose, Robert Klimko, that's the person who wrote an article about him and produced these text messages.
It's a woman?
No, Robert. He
sounds like a woman.
That's not a woman.
Beta male.
Looks like a guy.
Feels like a woman.
A guy who hangs out with emus, I think. I think that's an emu. Maybe no, that's an alpaca. But no.
I'm on this the Root posted the story, and it's this lame ass nigga named Bad Ombre Jay Connor. Oh, fuck boy. This nigga's so lame, man. I hate black men. Y'all are so lame. Why do y'all automatically assume niggas are guilty? What is wrong with y'all?
Well, because they've been taught by the media that if it's a black player, they are guilty. Although this same week...
He's a rape clown. Like, I'm not telling you to defend rape. I'm telling you to... If it's a civil matter, then there's something wrong with that, period. Because it should have been a criminal matter in the beginning. Why is it a civil matter?
If he
raped you, it should be a criminal matter.
Yeah, criminal matter.
Civil matters when you're trying to get paid off it.
Well, that's exactly what she's trying to do in this instance.
You don't get paid for rape. You send them motherfuckers to jail.
Well, no. The point that I was bringing up is that this same week they had a article on Ben Roethlisberger, or Rapistburger, as I like to call him.
Rapistburger.
And they had the same kind of thing. The same kind of article came out about him and about his previous court cases, and it picked up zero media attention.
Liberal media attention because they hate fucking black men. I keep telling y'all niggas, don't trust that liberal sports media.
It's not even about liberal sports media.
I'm not a conservative.
I'm not a
as Killer Mike was saying in the Revolt Summit 2019, it's not about whether you trust the media or don't trust the media. It's about the image is and the things that people do. Like, regardless of whether you think Antonio Brown did it or didn't do it, until he actually goes through court and they determine with a judge and a jury of his peers if they feel he's guilty or innocent of the things alleged in a civil suit, then he's innocent. You're innocent until
everybody knows you don't have to be guilty. You just have to. People just have to believe you're guilty. And if they've been running a public media smear campaign against you, it's much easier to find somebody guilty in civil court than it is in criminal court, a la O.J. Simpson.
Exactly. O.J. Simpson found not guilty. Immediately got into civil court, and they gave all that nigga's money away.
Not all of it. They couldn't touch his NFL money. They couldn't touch his pension.
Nigga, most of his other money though.
Yeah, they took all the other shit, but they can't take his pension.
But hey, you know, OJ, man, I hope you're doing well in Vegas, and I hope you enjoy life. And I know niggas is mad at you. How can they allow
By the
this
way,
murder to be on Twitter?
There was a guy who
never proven.
There was a guy who beat his girlfriend. He's an NBA player, but y'all have not talked about him.
Nope.
And y'all, I bet y'all ain't heard anything about. You could just be on just passing a sports channel. Antonio Brown was released by the Patriots for alleged sexual. They always say sexual accusations. Y'all need to learn how these people work, man. Do not fuck with them because they just want to fuck you over eventually. They're just waiting for you to fall. They just really are waiting for you to fall. And learn who you fucking with. And that's
Niggas
your
want
fault.
to see you fall.
Like, nigga, keep your dick in your pants, especially when you got money. That is when you keep it in your pants.
That's where
or
you
pay
at.
fucking prostitutes. Damn.
Well,
pay a prostitute.
Yeah.
Sure, they'll get you fucked up too.
No.
Well, no.
Prostitutes will get you fucked up too.
How much trouble did Robert Kraft get into?
Real shit. Who would know who the owner is of Boar's Head or whatever the hell, Kraft Cheese or whatever, versus knowing who the fuck is the
We know him
quarterback
because
of the
he bought
Patriots
an NFL
or-
team.
Yes,
You know
people
what I'm
would know who Robert Kraft is.
Because he bought an NFL
and they've
team.
won like 6 championships in the last 10
'Cause he
years.
put
and
money
then when they
into
win
the
a
NFL
championship,
team.
there's always this white guy doing this.
You know why? Because he gets all the fucking medals, sir.
Listen.
The niggas do the work, and he get to take the proceeds.
maybe you're missing what I'm saying.
I understand what you're saying. You're saying that the players are more famous than the owners.
Yes.
But this owner...
This owner, no.
This owner, no.
No?
No.
And you just
He's
don't
like
know
Mark
yet.
Cuban. Him and Mark
You know who
Cuban
Mark
are the
Cuban
same
is?
kind
Mark
of people.
Cuban?
Shark Tank.
Shark Tank. Like, he's extremely well-known billionaire.
Yeah, you know
Robert
these
Kraft
people.
is
When you
extremely
see Robert
well-known
Kraft, you'll be
billionaire.
like, oh, yeah, I've seen him before. That's
Yes.
Robert Kraft.
Yes.
You know who Arthur Blank
he
is?
was caught dead to rights
That's
arms
fine,
sale.
because nobody knows who the fuck Arthur Blank is. but
Exactly.
Home Depot guy.
Home Depot guy. He wanted to donate all his money to Trump. Yeah.
If you rich.
But as long as you get what I was saying, you know, I feel
No,
like
we,
that's the
we
difference.
get what you're saying. But
I
I'm
think the
saying,
media covers him more, but Robert Kraft, everybody knows who Robert Kraft is.
Yeah.
Like,
If you-
he's one of the few owners that's because he owns Kraft Cheese and
and he was
I
really
think he owns
instrumental to
Gillette,
like the Meek
too.
Mill, free Meek Mill
That's-
campaign. Oh, I'm not saying he's the biggest billionaire, but I'm saying he has his hand in a
you
lot
know
of
who
pots.
Jerry Jones is though, right?
No, who's Jerry Jones?
Everybody knows who Jerry Jones is, right?
Yeah.
You know who Jerry Jones is?
Nah, I'm fucking with you.
He's the owner of the Cowboy.
Oh,
Man,
yeah.
like man, you know me,
Yeah,
and you
oh.
know I don't know.
This Cowboy is 90, so they ain't won nothing.
I'm not a
about
big
it.
sports.
You don't have to be a sports guy. Jerry
know.
Jones, he's just when you see him, you know him. Old white guy.
I
Oh, wait.
probably wouldn't know.
You wouldn't?
Probably
You
wouldn't.
should know who. Anybody over $1 billion, only like 285 of them motherfuckers. You should probably. That's only.
I thought it was like 400.
I'm talking about in the States.
Oh, yeah.
I think it's on like 285 in the States, right? Double check that.
Well, I'll double
You'll
check.
check it in post.
Yeah, I'll check it.
I don't
You know they have I was gonna watch it. They have a Netflix series about is it Bill Gates?
I don't know.
I mean, there's
You know what I'm talking about, right? There's they basically it's called the Inside the Mind of I think it's Bill. Is it Bill?
Is it Steve Jobs or Bill?
Or it might
Gates?
be Steve. Who the fuck is it?
I don't even.
as of March 2018, there are 895 billion.
In the world, but how many in the United
I
States?
think it's 895.
Really?
Yeah, which means there's way more billionaires in the world.
I thought it was only like 800 of motherfuckers.
Yeah, but if 500,
March 2018, 585.
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
billionaires in the
585.
United States. United States. I thought it was only.
Yeah, that's the United States.
No, I was close.
Jesus, that's 500. Ain't none of these niggas decide to become Batman.
Nigga, you're rich.
Oh, that is fucked up.
Yeah, it's Bill Gates. It's a documentary movie.
There's only 2,208 billionaires in the world.
Whoa, that's way more than we thought. That is way more than we thought.
You know what state has the most? Percentage wise? That's a weird thing.
Texas or Florida?
Maryland, apparently.
Maryland has the most billion.
Oh, millionaires.
No, we want billionaires.
It's not. Let's do one.
All right. Should we exclude a woman based on her earlier decisions?
I would.
All right. So
It depends on what decision it is, doesn't
let
it?
me tell you the full story.
Go
So
ahead.
on Reddit, they got all up in a whole bunch of niggas' asses because this one guy said, well, not a whole bunch of niggas' asses, just one person. But this guy, he basically met a girl, right? She's going to become a neurosurgeon. She's already through most of medical school. She's just in her final years, residency. He didn't want to get with her. You know why? Because she had a kid when she was 15. Kid is now 9 years old. Now, it doesn't matter the fact that she's going to be fine. She's getting her life has gotten back together. She's graduated college. She's gone through medical school. He just had the problem with the fact that she had a kid before then. The arguments of the people who were against him getting with her were just like, man, he got his whole life to do stuff, man.
don't have any kids, right?
Yeah, he don't have any kids. he don't need to raise nobody else's kids. And also, like, man, you think you don't want to just enjoy life and just do things well. And it's like, I get all that. At the same damn time, you essentially are telling me that you think this kid who's already half grown and about to be out, you think that kid is going to impact your relationship. Again, you don't know if you actually going to be compatible with this person. Like, y'all just might have hit it off real good one time and it might be different. But the fact that he's like, I don't know if I can, and niggas is gassing him up saying, nah, man, fuck that, man. No kids. I think that's ignorant.
I would never tell a man with no kids to date a woman with a kid. Tell. You do what you want to do, of course. You're a man. You make your own goddamn decisions.
I think if you find a woman who actually has her head on straight and is trying to do something with her life, I think that's worth considering, provided that she stayed on, doing things with her life straight and narrow. Because we know plenty of women right now who are great, but they're gonna be dependencies, and that's the problem, is that there's a lot of women out there who want to be dependencies, not want to add things in there. So when you see a woman who's adding something in, it makes it to where better for you to keep that person, in my opinion. But I get why
it's a little bit of both. I agree with you to some extent. I just don't.
I mean, it wasn't she was going to be a nerd.
It's very hard to find them as you get older, right?
Not just hard to find them; it's extremely rare, and that's something we don't talk about, because most of the good women, like this girl, fine, don't date her. Guarantee another nigga's going to get with her.
I definitely would,
and that nigga's definitely going to smash, keep that girl,
and love her.
Exactly. Because she's going to be doing
well. If you love
well.
her, you should have enough love for her child, too.
You should.
Or just ignore the little motherfucker. No one cares.
No. Like, this opportunity for you as a man to help mold, shape, and help out. Now, again, I get people who are like, I don't want to have to do that with somebody else's kid. It's like, well, first of all, we don't know the father. We don't know the situation.
Correct.
She could have been raped, and you never have to worry about that guy ever.
She was fucking.
Yeah, I think she was fucking. But at the same time, everybody was fucking.
Abort that motherfucker if she got raped. But a lot of people don't do that.
Well, no. I think biblically you call not to abort if someone gets raped. But if you're not biblically, then you can do whatever the fuck you want.
Hell, even if you are biblically, those would be the most abortions.
The thing about it is, anybody who's going through all these abortions while they biblically, then it's like, all right, so you just care about the parts of Bob you care about. But you know what? I'm not going to judge you.
Isn't that what most people do?
You really shouldn't, though.
Man, a lot of people have been through abortions, though.
I mean, you're not wrong at all.
I just think that, again.
Well, no, I hear the argument, and I think a lot of men don't want to raise somebody else's son. But at the same time, we keep complaining about how the world is going to shit, and it's like, well, you got all these sons.
Yeah, bro, raise somebody else's fuck trophy.
Like, yes, but everything is somebody else's fuck trophy. You're somebody's fuck trophy. Literally.
I'm at somebody's championship. They did it as a team.
No, you a fuck trophy.
They did it as a team, right? They did it as a team, right?
They might have done it as a team.
A fuck trophy, you leave.
No. A fuck trophy is what you are.
Trophy.
You just feel that you're MVP trophy because your parents were together. But
your parents were together.
Yes, but I also consider myself to be a fuck trophy. I'm not trying to separate these two things out. I think all children are fuck trophies. It's like, hey, we did it.
I did.
It might have been one time, but we did it. I beat it.
I smashed it.
The case is, we beat the case.
Take care of it, nigga.
Exactly.
That's terrible.
I understand why people are so hesitant, but I think for us as black people, we gotta step.
We can't make those choices. We gotta step up.
We gotta step up.
Some of you need to. Now, not all.
No, most of y'all need to.
You know who you are.
They don't know who they are. We need somebody to remind them, because
if he ain't got no kids. Very few. Like, a lot of dudes got kids too.
Correct.
Yeah. So I don't know. We have to speak for two different situations. Like, you saying somebody with no children, you wouldn't care.
No.
Me with one child.
I think you would care, but I think you would care in the sense that you're gonna spend a lot more. You're gonna be spending a lot more time talking to her to see, is there anything else that you have done in the past that's gonna come back to bite me.
I care more about what you did than necessarily what was the result.
Yeah, but I think
I care more about stupid shit like that. I don't know why.
Well, no, that's not stupid. What you did, I think, tells a lot about
who you are. Your story matters to me. Somebody say their story doesn't matter. Your story matters. Your
story always matters.
Yeah.
But since we're gonna do one, we may as well do two. So the other one that came up this week is
we're gonna do that light skinned Drake nigga next week.
Yeah, we're gonna do light skinned Drake nigga next week. But loyalty. So this was the one that was covered on a podcast. You may know the name of it. It's Made with Real.
What was it?
Made with Real.
Never heard of it.
Never heard of it? Not at all.
Is it big or is it popular?
it's pretty popular. They got some interesting opinions. I stole this one. I stole this topic.
Doesn't sound real.
Basically, he talked about loyalty. And I think that's a very fundamental topic. And that's the point that I want to get forth is that if your boy is cheating on his girl and she come to you with something like, hey, I think he's cheating, what are you going to do?
I 100% tell her anything that's going on between you two is between you two. I have nothing to do with that. If he is or isn't cheating, I cannot confirm nor deny such allegations. Is she my friend or she's just somebody who knows that I may know what they're doing?
So that's the core. Now,
if he was my friend first, I'm not telling the goddamn thing. If she was my friend first, I'm still not telling the goddamn thing because I don't break the code.
Well, so they had some of those opinions, but my opinion was different. And my opinion goes back to something that I think you told me a while back, which is if somebody is getting cheated on, they're not gonna believe it, so just stay out of it.
Yep.
So for me, it don't matter if I knew her first, I knew him first. If one of y'all's getting cheated on, I'm staying my black ass the fuck out of it.
I would tell my boy.
I wouldn't tell my boy at all because niggas be like, the point that they made was whenever you tell somebody that they get cheated on, they be like, oh, so you just want to smash her, you just want her to be free. It's like, nah, you know what? I hope she does get smashed.
Nah, you wouldn't do that.
I know I wouldn't. I know you wouldn't. I know Armstead wouldn't.
But if he stays with, don't tell her that I told you.
Exactly.
That's what I say. I'm about to tell you something. You ain't hear from me because that's what niggas do, and that's why I don't like it, and that's why I don't say anything. They be like, that nigga Reed told me that he saw you. So like, nigga, what you? Why would you just do that?
That's because
you know y'all gonna make up.
You know damn well y'all gonna make up. She gonna hate him for the rest of her life.
Armstead does shit like that. That's why he does shit. He did that. I ain't gonna say he does it now currently, but he did it before when he told me like
about a situation.
Yeah, and I was just like, oh well, bro, blah 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 blah. I told him that. He was like, well, Reed said. I was like, nigga, why would you put my name in this goddamn bullshit? That motherfucker hated me. The one he always talk about because I was just like, I'm not gonna lie to you. Tell you the truth.
Yeah, I mean, there's no point in lying.
And I ended up being right because I said y'all niggas are just alike. Like y'all both play the same kind of game. Y'all are the same.
Yep, that's why y'all don't like it because neither y'all like it when the other one does it, but you both first one to do it.
Yeah, I mean, he was so upset, but then he got back with her. I'm just like,
so what did we learn here?
Me. I'm like, well, pretty much what you just said. Mind your own goddamn business.
It's one of those things where you just can't tell niggas nothing. I feel like the only difference is going to be if you're married. Now, if you're married, I might give you some amount of leeway because, like, if you're married and you got kids, and I know she fucking, Tom, Dick, Harry, I might just build a case for you. And then when you're like, man, can you believe you cheated? Yeah, actually, I can. Here's a file of all the things that my private eye collected. Use that in your abortion.
It's hard to speak on other people's spouses. It's hard.
Well,
because there's nothing like...
So that reminds me of a really fucked up story that I'm going to tell you really quickly. So basically, there's this guy on Reddit. He basically asked for help because his wife was cheating on him. Reddit basically told him to lead a bitch. And so he first didn't want to do it because when he confronted her, he confronted her like a fucking simp. He basically was like, confronted her, showed her the text messages that they had sent, but none of the text messages confirmed the cheating, I'll read. So he ends up getting back with her, basically groveling, and they still got to sometimes hang out with the guy she was cheating on him with. But eventually, it got to the point where she started acting the same. So he ended up deciding that he was going to leave her and told her that stuff and was going to take the kids. So the chick murdered 2 kids just so that he wouldn't get them. And now this man, basically his whole life is fucked over. And part of it is because you can't just be ready to divorce. Like, you gotta be like lockstep. I think this person's a danger to the family. I need someone to whatever. And I hate that you have to play it dirty like that, but if a woman ever tells you, hey, if we break up, that'll be the last you ever see the kids, take that as a threat, a credible one, especially in American society.
I don't think you could truly speak on somebody else's spouse or anything. That's why typically,
I hear you.
When my friends date women or whatever, I don't talk to them for the most part. Like, I can't think of one that I've talked to in my whole life and I'd be like, I carry on a relationship with. And I do that for a reason. Like, I give a fuck if they like me, hate me, whatever. I'm not your friend. I really don't give a fuck. Like, you could jump off a bridge. He'll be sad, but I'll tell him to fuck another bitch because that's what I'm here for. But terrible. Like, it doesn't matter if because that relationship doesn't matter to me. I'll tell him be sad, but I'm not here to have you dwell on anything because men at a certain point, it's just like, bruh, get over it. And you don't really get that from the inside. It's going to come from the outside. I don't know what's proper amount of breathing, blah, 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 blah.
Grieving time? There's no proper amount of grieving time. That's bullshit.
But I know one thing is like when dudes break up, I'm like, bro, like this, and then that girl tries to be friends with you, be cool. I have a friend like that. His girl tries to be cool with me. I'm just like you was fucking him. Like I don't know. Like she asked questions about him. I'm just like,
I'm not telling you information on.
Yeah, I just blocked her, and she was like, you're so bogus. I thought we were cool. I'm like,
no, you're an accessory.
First. Like you. Basically, yeah, all your bitches are accessories. Like all your women, they're not. This is not saying I don't respect them. I don't wish well for them. But soon as you're not with them, I don't give a fuck about them because I know that we truly can't be friends. Because if that situation come up, I'm gonna back up my friend because
that's my friend.
My friend, like
exactly. Your friends are your gaming consoles. Their significant others are the accessories. I could live without the accessory.
There's another thing because this goes back to that guy in that video. He said something interesting. Your friends should always be like. I thought that was interesting. That's why we're gonna talk about it more in depth next week. He's saying her friends of the opposite sex should be your friends as well. And I thought that was so interesting.
Okay.
Yeah. He says he does the same with her if he has female friends. That was interesting. So we'll bring that up next week. Yeah. And I think it makes more sense because no offense, women call a lot of niggas that they fuck their friends.
A ton of them.
Do men do that too? Apparently I know one who does.
Well, yeah.
But I did that before, so let me stop lying.
Hey, well, we appreciate you not lying, but I don't think you're
But I knew I wasn't gonna date that person. But I had sex with them because if someone throws a ball at you, what do?
Catch it. This is the everyday struggle for black men.
I was single, so I mean
you were single, so do what you do.
But then I found out that person really liked me. I think that person still likes me to this day, but I didn't know that she liked me like that. But I was just like, I don't think you like me. You like the idea of me, so it's not really like.
That's an eternal struggle.
I think you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah. Do you like me or do you just like the idea?
I think she just liked the idea of me. I don't think she actually likes me as a person because you don't know me enough to like me. I'm a dick. That's fine, but you don't know me enough. I was one chick I was talking to. She was just like, you don't come at me like you like me. We don't do things. We don't go on dates. And I'm like, no.
Dates?
No, I don't go on dates with you. That person was like, you have a kid and I don't have any children, so I don't think this will go anywhere. And ever since then, like, if I ever caught her, it was on some I want to fuck shit. Like, that's it. She was like, I'm tired of this. I'm just like, how you gonna tell me one thing and then say the other thing? It's like, I don't get that.
Maybe she was trying to trap you. You know how some women believe in trappinese.
She don't have any kids, so I guess
that's even worse.
Yeah, she said, since you have kids, I couldn't tell you to leave your kid and come with me and do this and do that. Unfortunately,
it's bullshit. If you really want someone to come do something, you provide them the option. Either they say yes or they say no. But if you say, I didn't provide you the option because I believe you're going to be doing things with your kids, that's bullshit.
I just was smashing. I didn't really care. Like I didn't. Like I was just like it wasn't anything. She's a cute girl, nice girl, and that's what she wanted. But I think that she got caught up, and I'm like, I don't get caught up, not anymore. Final thoughts. Hey, be live. Yeah.
To be loved. Okay.
Oh yeah. Don't love these hoes.
Hey man, that is a good way to end. Don't love these hoes. Love women. Don't love hoes.